Good.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Morgan, hit it. We just hear Morgan's like computer crunch, and then just Morgan signs off.
Dubstep starts playing.
Alright.
Wow, wow, chicka-chicka, ba-ba-da-wah.
Alright, we rolling?
Fuck. Yeah.
Rolling.
Alrighty, so last we left off, mixed feelings all around from the Sabbat ritual that you all witnessed, and you all witnessed Ophelia eating a guy.
Tasty.
After a lot of internal conflict and a little bit of personal endeavors, we last left off with Ophelia discovering a body. It is recognizable as one of Madame Whisper's girls.
Whisper.
Her kidneys are missing. Ophelia, we start with you.
She gives like a
I need you to give me a wits and awareness check.
awareness.
Or wits investigation.
We're gonna go.
Oh, you don't have any in investigation.
Yeah, we're gonna go wits awareness. Difficulty.
3.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah, no successes. Ophelia doesn't know shit.
You are completely focused on the
She's paying attention. She's like, oh God. She starts like looking around a little bit, seeing like if there's anything nearby.
That will be another wits and awareness check.
Difficulty.
Same difficulty.
Merde. God damn it!
0 for 0, jeez.
I'm gonna re-roll that shit. I got 2.
So you notice that there is a clear line of blood around the body. You don't notice any blood around the body, but you do notice a large patch further away from the body.
She like stands up. She stands up, pauses, looks down at the girl, like kind of gently closes her eyes, and then heads to the patch of blood.
It is right at the foot of a large dumpster.
Ophelia's like, it's gonna be one of two things. I'm gonna open this. It's gonna be more bodies inside. I'm gonna open this. Someone's gonna jump out at me, or I'm gonna open this. Joe is gonna come out, and I'm gonna finally be able to kick his ass. Or it's that homeless man that thinks he's a raccoon that's been stealing Denny's again. And she opens the dumpster.
Inside, there is the stench of death. There is warning for a graphic description. So if you are all uncomfortable with graphic descriptions, close your ears now.
Give me.
I'll give you all a moment.
The gore.
I'm good with gore.
I'm salivating, and I don't know if that's good.
All right. So, the man is cut to ribbons. His throat is slashed. There's a deep, gaping slash across his abdomen. Everything in his body is ripped out. Entrails basically wrap around him in a pool.
Or like outer trails.
All of the valuable organs to you, Ophelia, are gone. Liver, lungs, kidneys, heart. All of them are gone.
And she's like, alright. And she closes the dumpster again. And like, okay. So this guy has got a really weird fetish. This is New Orleans, so I wouldn't be surprised. Or they're similar to me. And she walks over to the girl and she's like, as much as, damn, that
I
moral.
need. Give me an intelligence and resolve.
Alright, resolve. Do I have intelligence? Resolve. 2.
You notice that the girl has bite marks on her, but the man does not. The girl has been exsanguinated, but the man died with all his blood and no bite marks.
She's like, thinks on it. She's like, she thinks back. Did the other girls that were like found dead, they were insanguinated too, right?
Yep.
She's like, wait a minute. Whoever it is only. God damn it. And she's like, gets angry and she like punches the wall. Every fucking time I get close to being able to just live in fucking peace, somebody has to show up and make me do my fucking job. She pulls out her phone and she dials up Madam Whisper.
Madam Whisper's Whispering Wood Lounge. How can I help you?
Whisper, you need to get every one of your people inside now. I found
Why? What?
one of yours.
She is quiet for a moment. Desiree did not come in tonight.
Yeah. And she kind of like, Ophelia's like, kneels down. The thing is, though, just like all the other girls that we have been finding, she's insanguinated. Which means this person only drinks from the women. Because I found a corpse. I found a corpse of some random fuckhead in a dumpster. But only thing is, all of his important parts, the parts that I eat, are missing.
There was another.
Another death or another prostitute.
Ophelia, listen to me very carefully.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of there and call the police.
I'm sorry.
You heard me. Get out of there and call the police.
What aren't you telling me, Whisper?
Ophelia, I ask nothing of you, but I ask you this. Get out of that area.
Get everyone inside. Got it?
I will.
She hangs up and she starts like to leave and um she calls 911.
Mm-hmm.
This is Ophelia Daniels on Bourbon Street. I'd like to report another death of the serial killings that have been going on. I unfortunately am unable to be around it, but I can give you the address.
It doesn't take long for the police to arrive. The chief asks you questions, how you found the body, tells you that he will strike your name from the record or keep it anonymous at your request, as you do have a good friend, Tony, who can vouch for you.
She does. She's like, yeah. And she looks back and she says, the girl was a good friend of my lover. If you find whoever did this, or if I find whoever, we might need to keep it a little hush about what happens to him.
Ma'am, well, I can't speak for vigilante. Well, I can't approve vigilante justice. I understand the sentiment.
Yeah, I figured. And she like pats him on the shoulder, and in her mind, she kind of regrets like getting rid and purging out all the dirty cops like 20 years ago.
Hmm.
And she pats him on the shoulder
Yeah.
like, "Thanks. Keep me updated with whatever you find. Stay safe out there. Also, the whoever you task with checking the dumpster, I would have someone with a strong stomach."
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. And she leaves. As like the police are no longer focused as the police are no longer focused on her, as she like walks away, she makes one more phone call. Owl,
Ophelia!
now's not the time. And she says like the street with any intersections of the buildings nearby. Camera footage. I need it. This guy has now gone too far. It's personal now.
Give me a moment.
Just send it to my phone. Do your weird thing. Do your weird thing with hacking and whatnot. Tell the co- tell the rest of the group to meet me at the bar. I'm done fucking around. And she hangs up and like pops her knuckles and heads back to Broken.
I forget. Was anyone on their way to Broken?
I genuinely don't remember.
I don't believe Rise was.
Yeah,
Averjo is
Rise, I'm pretty
always
sure is
everywhere.
still. I'm pretty sure a majority of the coterie is still afraid of Ophelia or hasn't talked to her.
I want to say that Averjo, if he wasn't on her bad side right now, probably would have checked in because he doesn't care about the brass bowl thing.
So what you're telling me is Average Joe was afraid to get punched.
No, his player is.
Average Joe might survive. It's not like I have Fist of Cain yet, so it won't be aggravated damage. Just be a lot of superficial damage. Plus, it's gonna come eventually, so you might as well get it over with. Because Ophelia is not the patient type. If you make her wait,
Nah,
cool.
he'll go with whoever is going to her. He's not going to be there alone with her.
It's gonna happen even if there's other people, but
Oh, that's fine.
he just doesn't want to get punched alone.
No, he just doesn't want to get eaten.
She's not
He's
gonna
smart.
eat him. She's just gonna beat him violently.
You have given him no inkling that he would survive a real encounter with you with how much hate you give him.
He
He is not that dumb.
he wouldn't survive, but she's not going to eat him. She has no desire to like go that deep down again. She hates that shit. Anyways, continue, Moon.
You head back to Broken.
Broke and broken.
I seriously can't remember if anyone else was there besides Jade and Sylvia, but unfortunately, they're not there. They're somewhere else. Why don't we cut over to Alistair, Averjo, and Marcus? I believe you all relocated to the launch party that Marcus is hosting.
That's
along
correct.
with his
Yes.
mayoral speech.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Ophelia was the only one who didn't go because she was like, I ate someone in front of people that I consider friends. I don't want to look at them. And not even in like the weird, like the kinky way. Like I actually ate a dude.
And it was
Like-
hot, obviously.
Like Alistair literally just saw you like grab a crocodile and just toss it back into the water, so I don't think anything really phases him anymore.
To make it even funnier, it was a saltwater croc. So it's
Just holding it like a puppy. I got this thing. Can I keep it?
No. Yeah, average Joe would be probably with Alistair wherever he is, I feel.
Yeah, Alistair's still at the launch party with Marcus.
Nice. That's where
All
he's
right.
at.
So where would you like to be in the party?
I think last I recall, we were. I think I was just milling in the. I think Alistair was just milling in the crowd, and Marcus was giving his speech, and
Speech? Mhm.
I think something happened while at said party. Hang on.
Hmm.
My internet shat itself.
Hang on. Let me briefly mute myself so that way I can determine whereabouts we are. So I'm just gonna do a quick
Average
recap
Joe,
of the last session.
I know what Average Joe's
Mhm.
doing right now. If there's a little bit of dancing, he's currently found like a little dude, a child, and has been dancing with Blush of Life on.
Yeah. This kid, probably like 9 or 10, is just having a blast dancing with you.
Woo! Man, look at those moves you've got there! You're going to cut a rug one day.
You're funny, mister.
You know, many people think it, many people think I'm annoying, but you know what I think? And he tapped his nose. I think it's a matter of perspective. And I think you've got a pretty cool perspective, don't you?
Thank you.
And hey, if I had feet like that, oh, these old rickety bones would probably tear themselves apart.
Hmm.
oh
You
god.
All right.
remind me of my you remind me of my grandpa.
You know, that. What's your name, little one?
Joe.
That's good. That's good.
Trying to come up with the name on the spot. Fuck.
Cuppa. His first name's
Come on,
Cuppa.
come on,
Last name Joe.
come on.
Cuppa Joe.
Okay.
I'm
It's
Sarah.
Kuta. Sarah. That's a beautiful name. I am. You can call me Average Joe or Mr. Joe for short. That's a pretty nice name. I like that. You want my hat?
Can I have it?
Yes! He takes a wide-brimmed black hat that he's been wearing for a little bit and just sets it on the little one's head. And shimmies away a little bit and gives him the finger guns. Now give me a spin!
She spins and she's giggling all the way and she is just beaming and she says, "Thanks, Mr. Jojo."
Joe.
You know what? I like that. I'm going to use that. And he snaps away. Anyways, have fun! I need to figure out who I recognize.
Okay, bye, Mr. Jojo. Have fun.
I will. Do-do-do-do-do. And he kind of shimmies off, dancing his way out of the crowd, looking for. I think he's looking for Alistair or Marcus, if he recognizes them. Hello.
Please hold while we
Yeah.
recall.
Yes.
Oh,
You're I guess give me wits awareness to see who you spot.
Ah, shit. I forgot to pull my. Oh, I'm such a bad man. I forgot to pull up my character sheet. Oh, lordy loo. Let me just pull it up really quickly.
Okay, I'm back. Okay,
Welcome
so above
back.
board, from what I saw in the, from what I heard in the session, I literally just like skimmed through like the last half hour of it. We were still at the party. We got an alert about the dead person, and then we cut to Ophelia, which where we ended on about the dead person. That's all I
Mhm.
could really cover in that very short period of time because I could hear
Yeah.
talks in the background, just like, oh shit, I need to come back in.
Yeah. I'll say that by now as the police have sort of converged on this scene, now you get the notification. Like you've been at
Okay.
the party, now you get the notification.
Okay.
Both from the news and from Ophelia.
Yeah.
Oh
Uh,
no.
Alistair checks his phone to see the message and the alert.
Is this the
Your
message from
alert
Al?
is
Oh.
uh I'll say that it is sent from Ophelia's account, but it's it's very unlike her. It's just, well, it's like her but not. It's very dry. It just says meet at Broken ASAP.
Parentheses. She's pissed.
And an owl emoji.
Alistair glances at his phone and starts looking around for Avajo because it's very easy to see Marcus considering he towers over the crowd.
Well, technically, Avjo does too. Tall ass motherfucker.
Yeah, but you move in the
Mm-hmm.
shadows.
Mm,
uh,
no, you know what? I may give off that like aura, but he really doesn't. He's pretty grandiose and verbose in how he presents himself at times.
Oh,
anyway,
definitely.
Alistair can't seem to see Avajo at the moment, so he very briefly waves down Marcus to get his attention.
3 successes for the wits and awareness. I finally got all my info together.
You obviously see Marcus sort of milling about with his entourage, and you also see Alistair try to wave him down.
Hmm. He just watches the two as they converge for a moment, waiting to see the interaction before he converges on them.
Plot-wise, since Stephen is still a little bit busy right now, I'm just gonna say that he is turned away from Alistair, so
Oh,
he can't
gotcha. Uh,
he can't see him wave him
Average,
down.
yeah, Avajo leans up and waves to Alistair, towering above the crowd.
Alistair sees him and quickly moves to the crowd, politely excusing himself as he wedges himself between a couple of partygoers.
Hello. What's going on? I see some kind of look on your face that says something. What does it say?
Alistair takes out his phone and shows the message to Avajo with a deadpan expression. This does not sound good. I think we need to get going.
Oh, sure. Marcus, my dear. And he'll just use all of his dominate on him. We gotta go. Just walks off. Follow, follow.
Uh, Is that
Just
okay to do?
I'm doing this. If Marcus, if you're all right with this, I'm doing this just to get you into the next scene with minimal.
I think he's AFK. He said something about needing to
Yeah.
check
Be with
on
the
Ah.
kids.
his kids.
Yeah, I'll just say that he quickly makes an excuse and he'll be back later in the night, etc. You know, Great Gatsby style.
hmm There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, Alistair, it's either you or your car, my car, our car. Do we have a car together?
The bus.
The bus?
Mark
The train?
Marcus
What are we working here?
Marcus will bring his car around.
brings an Uber. It's also a bus.
It's an Uber party bus! Alright.
Rise, you also get this message from afar.
So Rise kind of has his phone in his bag as he's wrapping up his hand, since the last thing he did was punch a wall. So he gets that wrapped up and he'll grab his phone to look at it and be like, oh crap. And then of course he sees the police alert and is like, oh crap, as he like packs up his stuff really quick, and he'll run out of the gym to head to Broken as well.
All right. You all convene at Broken. Ophelia,
Mm-hmm.
what do they walk in to see?
They walk in. They walk in on Molly frantically opening windows and turning on AC and then fans and stuff to calm Ophelia down, while also being like, I understand, you're upset, this is something to be upset about, I'm also upset, but you need to calm down.
It looks like she's also been crying a little bit, and she's sort of at that point where she's numb.
And Ophelia's pissed. Not Bronze Bull levels of pissed, but definitely pissed. So that's what you guys come into.
Well, Alistair, I think you should take the lead.
Alistair observes the situation and can immediately clock, just from the energy that's circulating around the room, that this is definitely not one of Ophelia's usual moments.
Yes, the energy, the large swaths of steam.
I'm putting it lightly, okay? I can't exactly call you a hot box.
That's basically what she kind of did, but she is pissed.
Ophelia, what's happening? I got the message, but it didn't sound like you.
She like stands up straight with her back still to everyone. Just, they found another body.
Where?
Don't bother. Cops are already there.
Is
Rise
everyone
will
safe?
kind of waltz in now too, and just look around and be like, "Oh, it's this serious, huh?"
This time, though, it was one of Madam's. It was one of Whisper's girls.
Oh God, who was it?
It was Desiree.
Ophelia,
Desiree.
out of character, you didn't forget the other thing, right?
I already did, so don't test me, because I forget frequently.
You were given a kidney a few nights ago.
Oh yeah, she doesn't care about
ate.
She doesn't care about that. She's more cares about the fact that the girl is dead. Because the kidney is like, yeah, it's obviously it came from her. Like, yeah, but she ate it. Done. It's over now. That's like, sure, yeah, that's bad, but like it's over. Can't do anything about that. You guys are trying to
It
guilt
did-
her over the wrong thing.
It did slake hunger, which you wouldn't have been able to do if the body had been exsanguinated beforehand.
Yeah. So she's like, whoever this is, they're getting bold. And I am not a big fan of boldness in my territory. So, I'm ending this. This little cat and mouse game. This little game of tag, of chess. I'm ending it.
Rise has kind of like.
Spider, I think you broke up. Spider, I think you broke up there
That's
as
you.
soon as you just like.
That's on your
Oh.
end, dude.
I didn't hear anything what Spider said. I'm sorry.
Yep, that's Tyrion.
Yeah, everyone else.
Basically,
Weird.
she's like,
Weird.
I'm ending this once and for all.
Rise has kind of dropped his bag and he's like slumped against the wall, hearing who it was.
What?
Molly hugs him.
He'll like wrap his arms around her and just like hug her tight back.
Ophelia like stands up straight. She goes to her bed and she pulls out a large briefcase, like a large briefcase. Like, you guys don't see what's inside as she pops it open. She's like, tonight, I'm ending this.
Ooh.
This has gone on too long. This charade. This fucking little thing. You guys notice that her tone is a bit different.
Well, this is going to be interesting tonight. I guess I can help out. It seems like everybody's in high feelings. I'm not sure. I think I kind of get the lowdown on who this person was. So, yeah, why not? Sounds fun.
Rise is holding Molly kind of almost protectively as he like glares over at Ophelia. He's like, do you even know who you're going after, or are you just gonna rampage?
That's what I'm going to find out about Rise. She turns and kind of turns her head. The look in her eye is not Ophelia's. It's suppressed, but it's very on the kind of the edges of her vision. You can kind of see it's something else.
Which
As if she's holding it back.
Rise will kind of like bring Molly around to be kind of behind him. I'm with you that we need to get this ended. But I think we can all agree you do better not just rushing in.
Who said I was rushing in?
You look like a bull in a china shop.
And she pauses at that. And the amount of steam in the room, like, almost triples.
All right, getting a little hot in here. Hey, Ophelia, brass bull, right? Letting the bull out right now. I would listen to everybody else around here just for a moment.
Do not speak. You are
Kind
not
of hard with that.
safe. You are not safe from what you've done yet. I have a plan. I just
Ophelia.
need...
Oh,
Ophelia, please, listen to us. We don't know what we're dealing with. I'm upset too, but we can't. We can't. Don't do this. Don't. Please.
She, like, takes a deep breath, and... there's still that, like, deep, almost animalistic growl in her voice, like... Fine. What do you all suppose? She keeps her back to them. She's noticeably calmer, but not completely calm.
Rise is keeping himself between Ophelia and Molly. Well,
That last person that you need to worry about is Molly.
I know, but it's just Rise. So,
Yeah.
well, your text seemed to think that you had somebody else on it. What does Owl know?
That's exactly what I'm getting Owl to do. I hate to say it, but I was willing to take my time with this. Keep it slow. Gather information at a slow rate. Clearly, though, that's not a privilege we have anymore. So I've
You get
called
a
it.
message, Ophelia.
She looks at her phone. She doesn't look at the message, but she looks at her phone.
It's from an encrypted email.
So I've called in. I've called in several un. I've redeemed several favors from Owl to get what the information I need. And she opens the email.
You see a clip from a security camera. It is
May I describe it?
grainy. You may.
Okay, so it is grainy. It is from afar. It's from a distance away, but it's pointed directly at the alleyway. But the alleyway is engulfed in a dark shadow from the silhouettes and the shine. The street is completely visible. And it's not a lot of people going through, not a lot of people going through until someone that you see the person that looks somewhat the clothing that they're wearing in the video is looks a lot like the person you saw in the dumpster, and he seems to walk by the alley, but then stops and goes back. He used to bend over and look like he's about to be sick, and then suddenly, almost within a split second, something comes out, grabs him, or someone almost seems to stab something into him and pull him into the dark, out of sight, in a split second. But there is a picture of a freeze frame moment, and in that freeze frame moment, you see two things. There's seems to be the shape and look of a hat and a mask that this individual is wearing.
Oh, fucking course he's wearing a hat and a mask.
And I'm going to send a picture of what both of them look like. Two pictures of the hat. Oh, no, actually. Yeah, two pictures of the hat, two pictures of the mask in chat right now.
You know, why am I not surprised? Ophelia is just like, Owl, even though I'm not on call, I know you've wiretapped my phone. You think you can find me any other instances of where we might see that across the city? And she looks back at everyone else for a brief second, then I've got time. Get as much as you can. She's
Uh,
she is just like she has her hands firmly on the table, but it's like the table is creaking as if Ophelia is like pushing down on it while keeping calm. Calm in quotes.
you get a simple thumbs up from the encrypted email. And Molly kind of steps forward from behind Rise and gently approaches to put a hand on your shoulder.
Ophelia doesn't even flinch. She kind of instinctively kind of curls an arm back and pulls Molly close. And then she stands up straight and is like, well, without looking to everyone still, Molly can see that the look in her eye from before has definitely faded, but it's still there. And she's, I suppose, before we get into all this mess, anyone have questions about a few nights ago? I'd much rather get them over with now.
Rise has kind of like settled back against the wall. Questions. Don't know if it's really questions, but and he's like glancing at the briefcase that she brought out. Is that where that comes from?
Yeah. Yeah, it's where that comes from. And she appears to pick something up and hold it, and her like hand is to everyone else she looks fine, but Molly can see that Ophelia's hand is shaking while she holds this like particular item. And she's like, if you want if you want answers. And
I
she
was muted for that.
oh,
One
go
moment.
ahead.
If I would like to make a check to see that happening to Ophelia, since Ophelia, you said that only Molly
Okay.
saw it.
Yeah.
Give me wits and insight or wits awareness.
Wits and insight. Where are you now? Wits and yeah, we'll go wits and insight. Yeah, yeah. Let's see what they pull. And oh, that's not what I wanted. Success or bestial failure? 2 successes.
It's not
Two
exactly trying to
successes.
hide it.
Okay.
I'll say that you do get a vibe that you can still see it in her eyes.
Well, she's looking
That
away, but like, yeah.
yeah, her shoulders are still rigid,
Hmm.
and Molly looks very concerned.
What is the brass bowl?
And she kind of like shakes her head, and then wordlessly, she hands something to Molly and says, I don't think I can be over there. Not until they know the answers and I have some time to breathe. Can you take this to them? My sugar plum.
Okay. And she stands up on her tiptoes and kisses you.
Molly brings over what looks to be an old, worn leather journal.
I I've only managed to read a few pages. So fair warning about what's in here.
Sure. I'll take a look if nobody else seems to.
Yo, I give you warning of this. You have seen a lot in your time, but you haven't seen what you are about to see in this journal. I give you one chance to turn back. Because after you read that journal, you will never look at me the same way again. I don't say this as a friend. I say this as a warning to the little sanity you have left.
Is it? Are you saying it's enchanted with some kind of sorcery, or is it just a story?
No, it's worse.
Ooh, enticing. It may be. He if
You
he
read
if
the
you allow
cover?
it, he'll. Yeah, if you will allow it, he'll pick up the book and hold it
You-
within his hand.
The cover says, if found, return to Marco de la Rosa.
If anyone would like to make a intelligence and resolve roll, perhaps intelligence, politics,
History?
or history. I mean, I don't know what history would be. If you have anything relating to history, you
I
can make a
can-
roll about it.
I can give an intelligence and resolve a go. Let me see here.
An intelligence and resolve?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I can do that. Okay.
All successes.
Okay.
2 successes.
Averjo, you have no idea who the fuck this person is.
Well, this sounds very unfamiliar, which, you know, it's a nice homey feeling to feel that again.
Alistair, you may have heard this name be whispered in certain circles, most likely about mostly disparaging remarks about the Bruja, how they let their power get to their head.
Also recalls the conversation Ophelia had with him about said individual.
Yes.
He looks at Ophelia and then glances at the journal in Avajo's hands. Does this journal belong to him or to you?
Who knows anymore?
Well, he takes the book and holds it within his hands, presenting the cover to everybody in the room, and does a little bit of a spin just to present it. It would seem that you have given us a little piece of lore for you. Would you like me to read aloud?
Do whatever you need to do. I give you all the same warning. This will give you the answers, but I'm not sure if they're the answers you want.
Rise will
Ah,
hold his hands up and be like, if you're reading aloud, I'm leaving.
okay, understood. I was only asking that. You can read it on your own then. Thought it would be a fun icebreaker since everybody seems to be in such a dour mood.
I don't need to read
think-
it.
I don't think this is the good time for jokes, Avajo. Let's just see what Ophelia is divulging to us.
That's fine by me. Since you seem to have such a comprehend, would you like to read it, or would I be the only one interested seeing what's in this book?
There's a snapping of wood as Ophelia's grip on the table kind of.
I mean no disrespect to you. I'm just asking simple questions.
Just open the book, Averjo.
Also opens the book to start reading while Avajo is continuing with his banter.
All right, so I'm gonna wing a couple. I have like a few written down, but a majority of them I'm gonna wing. All right, so
Yeah.
we're gonna start. 1753. Intriguing. It would appear that my mortality has left me. I'd best journal it. Who knows what properties could come of it? Unfortunately, I was found by another group of these, what they call Bruja. Appears my sire, or I guess the one who turned me into this, is nowhere to be found. But I suppose that's not so bad. We shall see what comes of it. That's on page 1.
Everjo keeps reading behind Alistair.
Is this in English or Italian?
Uh, it's English right now. It's English because no, I cannot hear you tapping your mic. It's
Okay,
it's in English because at the time he was practicing English, so it was a good way for him to practice. It's kind of broken, but it gets the idea across. There are some passages that are in Italian, though.
how about now?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Better.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yes. It is good.
Sorry. I just with how my mental state's been the past few days, past couple of weeks. Sometimes I'll get quiet when I'm thinking out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Yeah, no worries at all. I'm just trying to make sure that we don't like lose anybody in the videos.
yeah.
That's more.
Yeah.
Also,
No,
I'm
but
so glad. I'm
you
so
can hear me
glad
loud
that
and
you
clear?
actually.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Uh, I just want to say I'm so glad that you're voice acting these journal passages. The main reason I wanted every show to read out loud is because I was like, huh, this would be fun to narrate. But you're
No,
doing
but
a,
yes.
you're doing a good job. You're like, no, I wanted to voice act this. No, 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 my journal.
Yeah. But as you flip
No,
through
no,
it, you
no. I'm gonna be handed yes.
flip through, but then you get to there's several general like journal diary things, and you get to a particular page. 1852. Intriguing. I've just learned about the Garu, or werewolves, as they probably were more likely known. It's amazing. Even as a Bruja, their power, their tenacity, their strength. It's something to be desired, something to be coveted. It's so enticing. I wonder what I can learn from it. 1912. I have awoken after a 3-day fugue state. The Garu blood. It was delicious. Almost as if a drug in my body. Before I blacked out and couldn't remember everything, I felt like I was on top of the world. I was powerful. I was unstoppable. The carnage I could have left in my wake. But for me, it's only temporary. Soon the Garu Vitae dissipates into the blood. Where am I going to find? I need to study it more, but I cannot study it on myself. What do I do? Who knows? In time. May 23rd, 1943. I think I have found her. I embraced her. I had just consumed a large amount of Garu blood to start another experiment. As I was walking through an alleyway, I found her. 5 men armed with pipes and blades are dead on the ground. And yet she sat, barely alive but awake and conscious. This woman, this creature, she was large, strong. I embraced her. I had to know what the effects would be. I could have never predicted. Her teeth, her eyes, her ferocity within her blood. I wonder if young Ophelia will ever leave her family to join me. Perhaps certain things need to happen as incentive. 1947. I've done it. I paid off a few people and provided a few instances. Got some things taken care of, and now she has nothing left. Nothing left for me. Now I can continue my research. It is incredible what she is capable of doing. She has the strength and the unlimited stamina of a kindred, but the ferocity, the built-in ferocity of a Garu, but the indomitable spirit of a human.
But something is holding her back. I'm not sure what it is. Perhaps I will find out soon. I have been thinking of possibly a persona to hide her under. I do not trust the Camarilla. They do not see the genius in my experiments. They do not see what we could be capable of. She's like a bull in a china shop. Maybe there's some merit to that. 1957. She is truly a beast of untouchable will. The prince of the Camarilla, here in Italy, we were dealing with an elder Garu, causing trouble on their territory. I suggested that we send my hound as my provocation to be the new sheriff. The prince did not believe me, but she achieved grace and stride. Not only did she defeat the elder Garu, she did so with no limbs. The creature ripped her arms off, tossed her to the side. Something awoke in her. I do not know how to describe it. That bull that I described, it was like a force I've never seen before. Strong, determined, unstoppable. She walked all the way back here. 2 hours, no arms, after defeating this beast of a creature. Defeated all the hounds that were standing guard outside of the main chamber with no arms, only held there by her sheer force of will, and even then she stood awake, conscious, with enough sass to backhand any mother in the world. I've done it. I've created the perfect kindred, a beast to rival the beasts. Now I simply just need to find a way to control her, find a way to keep her composed. The steam of her body, I know her name, her code name. The old Greek method of torture, the bronze bull. That will be her code name. I need to commission Orlando. He will create her a mask, an identity. A force to be reckoned with she will be. 1970. She has grown delusional with me. She seems to question my merits. She seems to question why something like her, something like I, her creator, have no right ruling over the human race. They are nothing but cattle, nothing but vermin on this planet. They take up everything. They scorch the earth. They burn down the world. But I think with her at my side, we can rule the world. We can destroy everything. 1977. I am testing her tonight. I have found a person who has been causing me trouble. If she is able to follow through on this, then she truly is my pet. My bull. My eternal slave. That same day, 1977, but in a different handwriting, I am your pet no longer. And thus the journal ends. Ooh, I have a bit of a headache.
That
Holy
was so
shit,
good.
Spider.
So good.
You had me enraptured from start to finish.
Most of that was
I love
improv,
it.
by the way.
I love it so much.
Like, holy crap.
For anyone who didn't know, yes, Ophelia is what could be considered the perfect fusion of human, werewolf, and kindred, but in the sense of the...
Again, not canon to the world of darkness. This is just for flavor.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
this
of
is your
course.
this is your own universe. Fuck it. Whatever we
It's a
say
harm-
exists.
It's a homebrew. Come on.
Yes. But yes, so that is what Ophelia is. That is what the bronze bull is. And that is what Ophelia has been hiding all this time. I'm going to let everyone react to that while I catch my breath for a sec.
Alistair is reading the pages over and over again to absorb what he's just discovered about Ophelia. And he just stands back and lets Abajo continue to read in silence and looks at Ophelia with a very wry look, with a very wry glance. The fact that you were willing to divulge this is the only thing that surprises me about you.
That is why I reject embrace. And she kind of cuts her hand and lets the blood like dribble on the floor a bit. I can't risk this being given to more people than I. It needs to be born with me. It needs to die with me.
And De La Rosa, is he truly dead?
Diable Ray.
I surmised as much.
I'm blanking. Is it Reese, right? Your character?
Rise.
Rise.
Yeah.
Rise. He solemnly folds the book and walks over to Rise and hands it to them. I think you might actually enjoy this one. It's a little bit of an underdog story. Here you go. Hey, Ophelia. So, technical aspects. That's fascinating that that can happen, and I can imagine the rage that lives within. Oh, you are a curious creature, aren't you?
Hang on a second. Give me a second. I'm looking something up because I need a
Um,
refresher.
I would like Boone to make a roll to see if in my lifetime there has been any experiences with something akin to this or like this, and get like a full since my memory's coming back a little bit stronger. What would I roll?
I'm going to say intelligence and resolve.
Understood.
I can't pronounce this, but Ophelia is going to just say this name. Oh,
A frown.
a frown, a frown.
A
That
rune, I think.
a rune.
Wolf, what's your
Wolf, help us.
how
You're
do you say a rune?
you're a furry beast. Tell us how to
Arun.
say that. A rune. Thank you.
Arun.
Loose.
Arun.
A rune. Thank you, Wolf. Here, would you like some corn?
No.
You're no fun. Ophelia is like,
You're and you're corny.
damn right I am. Ophelia,
So, wait, I
fine,
have to
fine. You want a
ask-
doggy biscuit? You want a doggy biscuit?
I will bite you.
I was trying to offer you a nice, delicious corn treat.
Okay, we're getting off track.
Yeah, Ophelia's Arun, one of the warrior clans. That was one of the ones that he consumed. It's a primal rage deep within me. Different from the Bruja rage. But at the same time, the human rage broils inside of me as well. 3 conflicting rage, all fighting for dominance, and the one place they align is the bull. The one place they can agree on something is the bowl. The one place they can all agree on is the bowl.
But you said that you are no longer his pet, and yet you choose to keep that moniker. Why
not a
is
mo-
that?
It's not a moniker.
Uh,
It's a reminder.
so 4 successes on that.
You, Averjo, you remember an old story. You remember of a story about a wolf pup being preyed upon by a demon. You sort of put the pieces together and you remember sometimes, though they may be rare, there have been some abomination of the Garu. Things that people tried, that Kindred tried to embrace. Most didn't survive, but the few that did were terrifying. War machines, mindless rampage. Corpses rotting from the bone, going on and on until they can no longer move.
In his head, what everybody else sees, just an internal thing. I think that this memory is pulled up and remembered almost like somebody reading a storybook and flipping the pages on it, watching as each beast has its own morals and its own message as it goes on, and sand starts to leak from one of his ears for a moment uh, before he snaps to attention, looks at Ophelia. What what is your story to you? What does it mean to you?
It's a reminder. A reminder of my penance. Of my.
Penance.
I found this out only later, after I had fled Europe. Out of the 312 people I killed, 240 were innocent people that had nothing to do with the Camarilla.
So you lose control.
No, it's not a loss of control. I'm
It was
still.
targeted malice.
It was the only way I felt alive. Everything I had was gone. My brothers dead in the war. My father not soon after. My mother when I was young. I had nothing. No reason to not listen to him. And for that, I pay penance. 'Cause I blindly followed a leadership role. That's why to this day I don't blindly follow. I don't lead either. A leader needs to be someone who can make the right decisions at the right time. I'm no leader. I'm a living beast. Meant for killing, born to kill. Made man by the blood, undone by the blood.
So, what I'm hearing is something very interesting. Alistair, Reese, Rise, Rose, Rise. How does hearing that story make the both of you feel?
It's at this point that you'll notice that Rise is kind of on the last page of the book, and he's crying.
Ophelia still hasn't
Oh.
Ophelia still has her back turned to everyone.
Oh,
Molly grabs some
Reese.
tissues and starts wiping at his eyes.
Rise. He Everjo sidles up over next to them and puts a hand on their shoulder. You all right?
He'll like close the book and like take the tissue from Molly with a like nod before wiping his eyes. And he'll just say, I mean, you know, she's just Ophelia to me.
Alistair is suddenly overwhelmed with a fit of quiet laughter. It's not a mocking one, but it's would surprise everyone in the room who heard it. As he's just shaking his head, hearing Ophelia's story, and yet seeing something that Ophelia probably does not even realize about herself.
What brings you humor?
Ophelia, I have lived for almost 200 years and I have never come across such a barefaced liar. All this time you believe you are not a leader, that you are not capable of it, that you dumb yourself down to this monstrous beast. Yes, everyone has a beast in them. You have a beast more so than anyone else. But to say that you are not capable of leadership is a blatant lie. Look at what you've done for the people around you. Look for the excitement, the inspiration that you incite in others. A leader isn't not just someone who makes the right decisions at the right time. It is someone who makes a decision and takes accountability no matter what the cost it is. And yet you still have people at your back regardless of your nature. If that is not a leader, I do not know what is.
Ophelia kind of stands up straight and just she still has her back turned, but just I am a monster meant to fight monsters. However, I am no longer under his control. And she thinks back onto that night and she remembers the last thing that Marco said to her. You don't always be a fucking monster, you freak. She maybe, but at least I'll no longer be yours. As she begins to tear him apart. I simply just want peace. To rest. Unfortunately, who I am and what I'm capable of doing makes me unable to stop. The kindred in me doesn't. My kindred in me tells me to rest, tells me to stop. The human in me tells me to rest. Their werewolf tells me to fight, and all of them can agree on that one. So I fight.
It's the one thing I know. I was born fighting. Spent my life fighting, whether it was for equality, justice, for money. It's the one thing I can do well. And I don't plan to stop. But it's become harder to control it, to keep it under wraps, now that I have people to fear, disappoint. And you see her kind of look at Molly. To lose. This feeling, when I lose control, it isn't one of anger, not pure anger. It's one of many angers, but also something that I felt deeply at the time of my embrace, something I was fighting. Hunger.
And
When I was embraced, I was so hungry. I was so tired. I was so hungry, just so done. And that has transferred over. Can't sate it. I could sate one of them. I could sate the kindred hunger, but the other hungers, they can't be sated. They can't be calmed. They can't be quieted. Unless I do what I did. So I ask you this. Can you truly trust me after what you saw? Or is it some delusional form of loyalty?
Alistair gives a very wry smile and walks straight over to Ophelia. And very gently reaches out to put a hand on her shoulder and looks her dead in the eye.
In Ophelia's eye, you see her eyes not physically shifting, but you can see the control in them is shifting. You can see at some points her eyes look more humane. Other times they look more wolf-like. Sometimes they look more like her typical kindred. Shifting, fighting for control.
hey, Reese,
You
go give Ophelia a hug. I think they need it. Trust me.
Alistair
Way ahead of you, Everjoe. And Molly
Go, go, go,
immediately
go, go,
runs
go, go,
over
go.
and hugs Ophelia.
Alistair looks Ophelia dead in the eyes. Ophelia, look at the people in this room right now and tell me if you believe that we are delusional.
Oh, we lost Marcos.
Because
No.
if us sticking with you to the very end is delusion, then call us all batshit crazy.
Ophelia kind of stands to her like full height. I'll only do that. I'll only trust you if you all can stand against the wall and show me you still trust me after what you see.
Rise is still standing against the wall, kind of watching.
Her back is still turned to like everyone, but her eyes, not her head, but her eyes lock onto Alistair's when she says that.
I will ask you a question. Do you care to hear my response?
Be
Will it
quick with
mean
your
anything to you?
Be quick with your words, Joe.
I don't know your pain. I can imagine it, but I don't know it. But it is not dissimilar from what I have seen and what I have dealt with over the time that I have spent. Your story is something much grander than most, and I'm here to support and continue what you wish to write. I think that you I think between what Alistair has said and what you have said, I think the answer is in the middle. But I don't think I've seen anybody who cares so subtly, but cares so deeply, and yet is so destructive. And you know that makes you dangerous. But I'm glad to see it. It's better than the alternative. Feeling nothing.
Like I said, if you can do this one thing, then I will trust your word.
Rise will kind of relax his posture against the wall. You have fought too many battles that don't matter. If it's not a battle between you and your peace, then it's just a distraction. I trust
Did my
you.
whole speech in the museum mean nothing? Let me share your burden. And if not with me, with everyone.
I can't do that to you, Molly. This is no life to live.
But it's your life. And if you don't let her live in your life, glances at Molly and then back to Ophelia, you're going to lose her.
And that same creaking of wood as her hands kind of crack the table again.
I don't mean it in a way to threaten you. I mean it in a way because I know. I tried to keep the person that I cared about out of my life, out of this, and I lost her to the same darkness I tried to keep her from. Do what you need to do, Ophelia, as he relaxes again. I'm not moving from this spot until you're ready to go.
Ophelia kind of looks to Molly.
I'm tired of seeing you tear yourself to pieces because you think no one will understand. We do, and we care, and we want to help, but we can't do that unless you let us. If you don't let us, let me help. She kind of chokes up a little bit.
Ophelia's
Then-
shoulder relax a bit. They detense. She looks at Molly. She kind of pulls Molly close and just, I won't embrace you, but I understand. And she kisses Molly on the top of the head, and then she stands up and she takes a deep breath, and she turns around and finally makes eye contact with everyone. They all see the same like shifting in her eyes as Alistair did. All right then. I'm tired of this motherfucker doing whatever he wants to do. We can't deal with the whole Sabbath, but we can deal with this shithead. I need plans, ideas, and strategies. But the end all of all be all, he's mine to finish off. He's Molly's to finish off. Capiche?
Comprende.
Crystal clear.
All right then. It's just, all right then. She kind of pops her neck a bit, and when she reopens her eyes, that like clear kindred stoic look is back. I may not be ready, to learn to live with it yet. But I fail to see why this is a place to start. And she looks back at like her table and was like, this was mahogany. This was solid mahogany. This cost me $20,000.
I can call Leon to see if he can find someone to repair it.
And she kind of looks at it. I don't think we can fix this, Sugar Plum. I don't think we can. And also, how are we going to explain that?
Wild times.
I don't know.
Yeah. Wild
Evershow
times.
leans into Alistair's ear, and I'm not too sure what's going to happen in the next 48 hours, nor am I ever certain. But at some point, we'll need to discuss a few things.
Alistair looks at Abijo and just nods in acknowledgement because he's just focused on Ophelia and what's going on around him right now.
And she kind of looks back at everybody. It's like, all right, everyone. And she's like, all right, everyone. Let's talk then. Oh. And Joe?
Yes.
Ophelia uses Blink and punches Joe straight in the jaw.
Come on, bring it.
All right. Ophelia, strength and brawl, Averjo, Dex athletics.
9 with a messy crit.
Holy shit!
I'm gonna re-roll 3 of those. So make that 10 with a messy crit.
10
Oh
with
wait,
a
that's
secret.
hold on. Wait, no. You got 10. You got 4 10s with that. So
Oh.
2 10s is 4. Another 2 is 8. 9. Hold on, wait. 4, 8, 10. Yeah, you got 10 successes.
Oh my god, Ophelia.
And I failed a decent portion of those.
So I just want you to know this. So that's gonna be a lot. That's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Because no, this is perfect. I love this. Please.
You did too
Yes.
aggravated to me, motherfucker.
I
And
just
then I
want you to know.
still haven't healed, by the way.
Hey, I just want you to know. I have a dice pool. This is how crappy my sheet is. I'm rolling it of a dice pool of 3.
Oof.
Oh,
2 successes.
yeah, Averjo, you feel your jaw basically turn to dust.
Oh,
No. Wait.
Of
How much
it-
damage is this gonna actually do?
a lot.
That's gonna be 8 superficial.
oh
Okay.
my
You
god.
want? Wait. When this happens, I'm gonna fucking absolutely. I'm going to activate Blood to
Yeah.
Dust for
Yeah.
this. Absolutely, I'm going to activate it. So that's 2 rouse checks. Oh shit! You just pissed him the fuck off. He just got hungrier both times, so he's at hunger 3 immediately.
She's at hunger
Oh.
2, so.
Oh fuck. Yeah. It does turn to dust. Quite literally, it does. You punch his straight off jaw, and it's just him, no jaw, just the blood that coats your hand as you just quite literally pulverize his jaw and his mouth, taking out multiple teeth. There's only like 2 jagged teeth left in the top row. Part of a little bit of his nose is gone, and just sorry, this is going to be graphic, is gone. And as it's doing that, all that blood that coats your arm just feels so like papery, like it feels dusty, and I take no damage.
She just shakes her fist off, and she's like, "Now we're even. Now we can actually get to work. Yeah. Now, as penance for Jesus fuck.
I'll delete it if you all are uncomfortable.
No, I just wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, that's an actual picture.
I know it's an actual picture. I've seen it. I just wasn't ready to open up chat and see it.
And here's me with a gift from fucking Coco.
But the Alistair was standing right next to Average Joe. Suddenly Ophelia's on Joe and just like punches through him and knocks his jaw off, and then just like, all right, we're even. Now, Joe,
And-
you want to be useful? Joe, you want to be useful? Get me. I'm hungry. Get me something, because if I'm gonna take out this motherfucker, I'm gonna need all the bodily help I can get.
To respond, you watch as all the dust that's leaking from the jaw starts to reform it in the moment and seals back where it's pretty dusty, like a dusty, nice beard now, but it reforms everything back to where it was just a second ago. And he looks over. Yeah, I could go for a bite. Sounds pretty interesting. Yeah, you kind of knocked the thoughts from what I was thinking. So, yeah, I'll go do that.
Best. Now,
Quite literally, there was something I was going to do with Ophelia. I don't remember what the fuck it was. You punched the thought away.
Hey, listen. I waited until you weren't ready for it.
I felt it coming soon. I felt it.
Oh, it was coming. You
I'm
knew
glad
it was
happened.
coming, but I waited until you kind of had your guard down for it.
Yeah, I was coming. I love it.
Rise is
But-
literally
Incredible.
like rubbing his temples, like, oh my god.
Now,
Still
Ra-
Ophelia.
and Ophelia goes to Molly and is like, Molly, can you can you pull out that map we've been working on? Can you pull up that map we've been working on? Alistair, over here. Everyone else, come look at this. Molly kind of glares at Molly. Molly has been staying up all night and all day working on a little bit of a map. While I appreciate it, I
You're
wish
nocturnal, I'm nocturnal.
Yes, but you're also staying up during the day.
I couldn't sleep, okay? You know I had insomnia beforehand.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I usually had ways of helping with that, but I've been preoccupied as of late.
Is it being a vampire is just basically perpetual insomnia anyway?
Ophelia kind of calls everyone over to look at the map.
Mm-hmm.
It's been Ophelia and Molly have been marking the various kind of locations of the killings and making a sort of grid and sort of like a pattern of the different killings and where they took place.
Rise is kind of
It
like
seems-
looking at it. Go ahead, sorry.
If anyone wants to make like a, I guess, wits investigation. If anyone wants to make a wits investigation or like a wits streetwise.
Do I have anything?
Fox, you okay?
Oh, I got
Yeah,
streetwise.
sorry, I just a eureka moment happened that I have to write some stuff down.
Okay.
Okay, so you said wits and streetwise.
Excellent.
Yeah, wits streetwise or wits investigation.
Also, I would like.
I have nothing investigation, but I have 3 points in streetwise. I completely forgot about this.
Hey, I also have 3 points
Good
in streetwise. Also, I should mention this real quick. I rolled a 10 out of a possible 14 dice.
Oh damn.
And
4
regardless,
successes.
I add 2 I technically should have rolled an extra dice because I did boxing, so I should have had a +1 to all those dice. So technically 15 dice, but I didn't because I forgot until just now. So yes, a 10 out of 15 possible dice without blood surging.
Holy shit. Okay, 6 successes.
Dang, here we go.
Okay.
Holy
So that's a
shit!
I did roll.
That's a critical.
Lovely. Okay, so for Marcus, I did roll for you. So Ophelia and Marcus, you realize that you can see that it seems like these murders are taking place around the red light district. Rise, you can see a little bit clearer. It seems like they're concentrated in one area of the red light district. Alistair, you see that they're concentrated on a very specific street.
Above board, do we have any idea as to what kind of street that is?
No.
Which area? Okay. Okay. Alistair observes the map and points out to Ophelia the particular street in question. There's a heavy concentration in this particular sector. Do you know anything about that, Ophelia?
Leo looks at that and she's gonna try and remember anything about that particular street.
Give me a second.
Stop! Almost made me drop my croissant.
Mwah.
Oh, dead spider.
Oh god, my throat hurts from doing Marcus's accent.
Gia, got some water?
I have blueberry pomegranate lemonade from Wendy.
Oh, that sounds tasty.
It is very tasty.
I don't think we
Oh,
have a
God.
Wendy's here. Or if we do, there's very few.
Is it called Mendy's because it's the W upside down is M? Mendy's.
No, we did actually have like a couple of actual like Wendy's stores, but they were ice cream stores.
Well, they do have Frosties. Also, Rise, how do you have a gif of a cat with a croissant? Is that a
Don't
slice
ask.
of pizza?
Anyway, don't ask. Hush. Moving on.
Is that just you? Is that just a video of you?
Anyway.
It is okay. It is concentrated in and around Dauphine Street.
Oh shit!
Delphine
Sorry,
Street.
my graphics tablet fell down.
Oh, she's like, Dauphine Street. Molly, what goes on Dauphine Street?
I mean, that's the spot with the most hotels. A lot of girls visit it for services.
Oh,
Is it an escort route?
Yeah.
Of course, it's an escort route. I helped plan it.
And at the end, on Dauphine and Domain, that's Whispering Woods.
So whoever it is has been inching their way closer to Whispering Woods.
But why? Is it the concentration, of the
Easy prey.
ladies of the night and gentlemen? Or is there another reason behind all this?
Only the women are getting insanguinated, and their organs are being harvested before they're being bled dry.
I'm sorry. Organs are being harvested? Are we looking black
Yeah.
market?
No. One of the girl that I found tonight, one of her kidneys was missing. I think the fucker who did this sent it to me and I ate it. Besides that point.
What? Rise over here. Run it back. Pause. You were
I'm sorry.
sent
That was.
you were sent a kidney by an unknown person and you ate it. What?
I live in New
are you
Orleans. I live in New Orleans. Like, voodoo is so prevalent here that I wouldn't question it.
What? You hunt, and you have places that you trust to get things, yes?
No.
What did you just... What, did it just show up in a package and you said, oh, it's my birthday?
Yeah, kind of. And she hands Rise the box it was in.
Oh my god. Pulls out the note that was
She
in
kept
the box.
Yeah, she kept the box.
Fuck, I gotta remember what the note said.
That's fine. We'll skim it. It
Give me a
said,
second.
I know it said
secret
something to
admirer.
my-
Very good.
Yeah, something to my secret admirer.
I'm trying to find it. I know I have this pinned somewhere. Ah,
I-
I'm
this
sorry,
one
the
was too
scenario
right.
of all this is so cartoony. I can't help but laugh.
Sorry.
Someone needs to add that into best quotes. Yeah. One of the girl
Okay.
that was found dead tonight. I ate, one of her kidneys was cut out and somebody sent it to me and I ate it. Anyways, wait, what?
Okay, the message said, this pretty one was too ripe to pass up. Right delicious she was. I took out her kidney and sent it to a fellow glutton. Hope she tasted as good for you as you did for me. That was the note that was
That was
with
attached to the body.
body. Yeah.
The letter that was attached to the
Wrong one.
package sent to Ophelia said, I just pulled it up. Let me see. It said, big fan, love your work, heard you got into a brawl, hope this helps, was told you like him this way, signed a fan and admirer.
Rise will, like, slowly look up at
Ah.
Ophelia from the letter.
Ophelia,
Are you
like,
serious?
well, I mean, it works
Oh,
out in our favor
no.
because this was part of my plan.
Looks over at Averjo. Do you know?
Oh no.
Joe, spit it out. Stop being cryptic.
Oh,
Are you okay,
sorry.
Rachel?
It just I was remembering something.
Well, remember it
Um,
faster.
Above board, is he
Someone-
actually able to speak right now?
His jaw reformed, thankfully.
Yeah, the dog.
he
Okay.
rematerialized. He rematerialized his jaw.
Yeah.
I'll blood dust the
Just
blood.
reformed it, yeah. He did. I activated an ability that basically made it so I didn't take any damage.
If Joe
Unsurprisingly.
hadn't done that, it would have instantly killed him.
It would not have instantly killed, but it would have done like significant damage.
Anyway, what is it, Averjo?
That the writing, it sounds so familiar to a pompous asshole I used to know.
What are
Just
you talking
the
about?
dictation. He looks down at his tattoo for a second, rubs it, and across the words Claire and Jeremiah. That's what his name was.
Who's Jeremiah?
Some sounds.
Could be a roll. A roll could be made for
Yeah,
this.
wait.
Yeah. I
It's only if he drops the last name.
Okay.
I don't quite. I think there are pieces that I can give you. I just can't see them perfectly. Ophelia?
Hmm.
Would you like it back?
I'm sorry, would I like what back? My childhood? Kind of. My family? Maybe. My virginity? Can take it or leave it.
He actually laughs and coughs up dust. See, this moment right here, this is why I like you. This is perfect.
If you're wondering about the virginity part, she points to Molly.
She
No,
blushes.
No,
we
it was in the
we
room.
got that loud and clear.
No,
Yeah.
you guys not surprised that? No, never mind. You know what? Never mind.
Anyway,
I was in
Ophelia,
your
the
room.
first time I met Molly, she was half naked. I
Figurines and
kind of put the two
dolls.
together.
Hey,
I
Alistair.
was in.
Yes?
While this is happening, make another intelligence and streetwise roll.
Okay, let's see if lightning strikes twice.
I hope it doesn't because it's been
Ever
getting
show
really
you were
close to me.
saying.
Yes.
I have
3 successes.
Okay, let's have Averjo say his piece, and then I'll tell you what you
Oh no,
noticed. You're welcome to reroll
don't-
as well.
Okay. When I bit you under the control of something. Do you remember who that was?
Oh yeah, I ate that guy.
Right. You ate it, and I have a memory that I didn't have before. It's fresh. It's new,
Ophelia
and
kind
it's
of
not mine.
turns and looks at Joe. Her eyes going from kindred to a little more wolf-like.
Your eyes
Huh.
glow a bit orange.
Okay, okay, I factored in my hunger dice as well, so this is the highest roll I've ever gotten.
Mhm.
8 successes,
Oh, boy.
and it's a critical.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Moon, can I do it then?
Is
I
that
can
is
do it.
average Joe complete?
On
Yes.
I've got this. This is unrelated to the role that you were thinking of, Wolf.
Oh.
Nipples and bread.
Bread
Alistair,
and nipples.
you take another look at the map. You notice that a block on Dauphine Street. You notice a location. Obviously, this was printed from Google Maps.
No.
But you
MapQuest.
see the
good.
New Orleans Voodoo Museum next to Dauphine Street. And as you remember, there was someone who was interested in the NOLA Museum of Voodoo.
You
Son
do.
of a fucking bitch.
Go on.
Vincent Castle.
Who?
The
Oh,
Kingmaker's right hand from the precinct.
Oh yeah. Wait, who? Rise being like, wait, I wasn't there most of the time.
Average
You were
Joe
infiltrating with Sylvia.
was like completely blank as
Rise
well.
is like looking between everyone. Who? Vincent?
Oh, isn't that the weirdo that's running against Marcus?
Wasn't that
Kingmaker is the one
Kingmaker?
running against Marcus.
Oh.
Kingmaker was the one running. Kingmaker is the one running against Marcus. Vincent Castle was the one at the precinct trying to get a hold of the journal.
Oh,
The grimoire.
right. Oh, that's right. And Rise and Sylvia thought that their thing made them invisible to cameras, so I had to call in a favor to Owl.
The absolute fast hand that just goes to cover over Ophelia's mouth. Yes, I'm aware. Thank you.
But this can't be a coincidence.
So this Vincent Castle guy who works for Kingmaker, you said. What was he doing there? Did he want the grimoire too?
Yeah.
Yes, he was trying to obtain it
Why?
under the guise of being a museum curator, but he couldn't specify which museum until I pointed out there was only one museum that was close to that area, which is the Voodoo Museum.
Well, he's clearly a fan of me. Average Joe, what are you still doing here? I told you to find me a snack. Fresh
Already
hearts,
got one.
livers,
Took it.
kidneys.
I was gone for like a hot minute. This is
No.
Dave.
Hello, Dave.
Dave is
I've been here.
Hi.
Joe, what the fuck? Why did you grab this guy? He looks like an average salary man.
Yeah. He also smells really good. Like, check this out.
Dave, I'm pretty sure that. Alistair, I'm pretty sure that's just his. Dave, I'm sorry. Dave, was it?
Yeah, my name's Dave.
Huh. Are you, do you, like.
He's stupid, kind of like he's fully mesmerized at this moment.
And Ophelia's just like, Alistair, I can only. I only eat from, like, actual, like, bad people. Like, put him back. Like,
Alistair, I wasn't the one who
Average
brought
Joe.
it here.
Average
No, sorry, yeah.
Joe.
Average, it's like, average Joe, like, I only eat, like,
My
assholes.
character's not that twisted yet.
Go put him back. Go put him back.
I didn't know your type. I know your type. I actually, I have somebody perfect in mind, actually, for you. Hey, Dave. Yeah. Dave, go back to go back to Vanessa. She's waiting for you. Okay. Just turns around and walks out.
I'm pretty sure,
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that dude was here on like a work thing, because like he was wearing a suit.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Hmm?
You said this Vincent. Ophelia told me a little bit about this guy, but Alistair, you said that Vincent Castle, he worked for the mayor?
I had to draw the truth out of him, but yes. He works for Kingmaker. And he happened to
Wait a
be at the
second.
precinct the same night we got the grimoire.
Wait a second, guys.
What is it?
Kingmaker, he's trying to project himself as a savior of the city, right?
Yeah, that seems to be his political shtick.
Yeah, that seems like the kind of shit crazy white men do. Yeah.
If he does work for this guy, then what if he's paying him off to kill people and make it look like he's like a good guy, like he's a protector of the city, improve his image by denouncing this guy?
Ophelia kind of stands there and then just kind of slams her head on the table like, I was literally paid to fucking do this for God knows how long. Why didn't I fucking think of that? Of course, my fiance has to think of that, but not me.
Wait, are you saying that Kingmaker is deliberately setting up this killing spree to make himself look like a better candidate?
Possibly. I mean, it makes sense. Oh, by the way, Molly. Ophelia just hands like a small box to Molly. By the way, Molly. But that's possible, and it makes sense. What we need is bait, something that the guy can't resist.
Wait a minute. But it still doesn't
I'll
explain.
do it.
Excuse me?
Fuck, excuse me?
He only goes after escorts.
But you're my
If-
escort.
The last girl was from Whispering Woods. If I can do this and keep them safe, then I'll do it.
Molly,
I'll be the bait.
I can't. But what if we can't?
Ophelia, listen to me. She like grabs your head, grabs your face.
No, hello. You're very short.
I can do this. I know that. I know. I know you'll protect me.
Ophelia just. Fine. But we're taking some precautions first. She goes into her closet and she hands Molly a flashbang. Hide this somewhere. Right when he's right before he gets you, pull the pin. Should
Okay.
stun him for long enough. Assuming I'm not already there by then. Alright, she goes back to the map. Alright, Molly, his last kill was here. Once you about a couple 100 feet away from that particular spot.
Do you
Alistair.
think it's
Alistair, Alistair, how good are you with guns? How well can you shoot?
Rise sitting there literally like, I'm so insulted
I'm
right
giving
now.
to you. It's like she's just asking, how well can you shoot?
Okay. Above board, I have 1 point firearms. So what does that tell you?
Yeah, she's like,
Above average.
fair enough. She's like, Rise, you were a sharpshooter, correct?
I
Yes.
bear with melee weapons.
She's like, you were a sharpshooter in the military, correct?
Nipple blades.
Not as sharp as
Oh my god, Spice, do not take me back to that conversation.
let's
Sorry. I read that out of-
anyway. He'll respond with, well, yeah, not as sharp as some of the other folks, but glances at Marcus and then glances back. But yeah, I'm pretty good.
And Ophelia is like, she hands Rise a business card, hands Rise like a key. Unit 225, Unit 2253. You'll find something of use in there. I would like to say that I was holding it for a friend, but I stole it. All right, Joe. You're really, really good at. Like the whole bit. Ophelia breaks Joe's fingers, so he stops snapping.
Oh shit! I'm so sorry.
What
Joe,
are you doing?
I need you to focus.
I was fidgeting with my controller, popping the case off of it off and on, just fidgeting. Sorry, didn't know that picked it up.
I thought it was the clicky pens. I was like, I feel that.
I was like, Joe, you're really good
yes.
at being unassuming.
Ah!
I need you to stay
Fuck.
close. What?
I use these fingers. Thank you
Yes.
much.
Yes, and I just punched your jaw off. The simple fact that I did that instead of something worse should be
Okay.
to say something.
Okay, tell me what you want to tell me. I have something to tell you back. You first.
Right. The simple fact that you're back tells me that you have something for me. Anyways, you're really good at being unassuming, staying hidden, kind of blending in with normal people. I need you to be the one that's closest to Molly. In case something goes wrong, I need you to buy time for me to get there. I'll still be nearby, but I need you to buy time for me to get there.
What?
Alistair.
He looks at you with bewilderment for a moment. What? Why me?
Alistair, you're somehow 7 foot tall, yet I've seen you vanish in a crowd of 5-foot Asians.
Average
You
Joe
tell me.
is not
I-
the one who's tall,
I-
not Alistair.
I'm Alistair.
Sorry,
Alistair's 5'6".
Yeah,
I was so confused for a second.
Joe, you're 7 foot tall. I've seen you vanish in a crowd of Asians completely. You tell me.
No, that's not what I'm confused about. I'm confused why you're trusting the most important person in your life to me.
Simple. Because I just punched your jaw off. So you know, if anything happens to her, it's going to happen again. You're the only person who's felt the full force of what I can do. So you're the only person here who I can trust to ensure that that doesn't happen again.
At this time,
Your
Rise
mind-
holds his hand up like he's in a classroom.
Yes, Rise.
Can we talk about the fact that this is all great, but why the hell was a political candidate going after a grimoire?
I mean, who knows? We'll have to. I plan to question him later. Speaking of Alistair, there is a particular building. She writes down an address and hands it to Alistair. Leon and I have been setting it up with some things. I need you to make sure it's secure and ready for when the time comes. And Marcus.
What's up?
Sup? You've been awfully quiet, my friend. But I need you are basically my right-hand man at this point. You're sticking with me. The second that motherfucker pounces, we bring him down. We don't kill him. We just make his life pretty bad. And then we take him to the
Marcus pulls out
secondary.
a knife and says, "I'm taking his fucking kneecaps."
Oh,
Hold on.
Marcus. She places her hand on Marcus's shoulder. I want you to take his whole fucking leg. But he
Hold on.
stays alive. And she kind of squeezes Marcus's shoulder as she says that.
Oh, hold on.
Hmm.
If this string of killings is connected to Vincent Castle, Kingmaker is not going to be pleased if his right-hand man goes missing.
Good. Then he'll have to confront us directly.
Time out, though. You guys, if it's just a political statement, we are going up against mortals, I remind you.
It's not a political statement.
So
the simple
then,
fact that he wants the grimoire suggests something more.
yeah,
And
but
the simple fact
we don't even know what that is yet. If we go in blindly, we could stumble into, I don't know, let's say a cult, alchemists, worse.
I
I'm
know
not
an
sure-
alchemist.
I mean, I've already dealt with Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm not sure if there's much worse than that.
Alistair kind of bristles at the alchemist thing. It's like, I'm right here.
I don't mean that as offense
Wait.
to you.
What if I
But-
hold the book with me? That'll be guaranteed to lure him out of hiding.
That is
You mean-
true. We'll do whatever it
like,
takes.
right?
The plan stays as it stays.
Rise
Good.
kind of has a moment. He's like, Ophelia, the grimoire isn't yours to deal with. He glances at Alistair. It's up to you if we want to try to draw him out with the book, too.
That is true. What say you,
What's the
Alistair?
grimoire?
So you're suggesting that we use the trade as bait?
Not a trade. He's going to be hunting Molly, but to ensure that he hunts Molly, we have Molly also have the grimoire. They know about us. They know, but specifically, he knows about me, and apparently has a weird fetish fascination, which means he knows of Molly. If Kingmaker is smart, Kingmaker won't hurt Molly. However, his right-hand man, I can't say the same for his intelligence.
What about Marcus? He has a high stake in this campaign. This could damage his standing.
We just make sure he isn't seen.
Not only that, we don't actually know that the killings, which seem to be targeting ladies of the street, is connected to what Vincent Castle was doing at the precinct. You're making a lot of assumptions here.
True.
You know,
What if Marcus
that
is the one to turn him in?
story.
Oh, believe me, we aren't turning him in. I plan to question him.
But if Marcus
Well-
turns him in, he'll be seen as the savior of the city. That's gonna put a big blow to Kingmaker's campaign.
Perhaps.
Especially if it does end up being his right-hand man who's behind the killings. But again, puts his hands down. A lot of assumptions are being made that this is connected.
And you
Nope.
aren't taking enough risks. Alistair?
Not to mention that we have to take into account that the precinct may still be under Second Inquisition observation.
Exactly. We can't risk.
You said that very it was rhythmic. I liked it. I hate to cut in.
Alliteration?
That's a great word. Yes.
What
Thank
were you
you.
say? What were you saying, Joe? Also, you're back. Please tell me you brought someone else.
Yes, I brought an asshole. Trust me. They're right over here. This is Vandal, and you see a man that is just tied up a little bit, but still only has like a few handcuffs on. Vandal is.
My
a
name is
despicable
Gary.
being. Your name is Vandal, as far as I'm concerned, since what you did to those people, I am not very fond of.
All right,
Fuck
that's fair.
you.
All right, that's fair. Anyone who doesn't want to see this, you can look away. But we're continuing this conversation because I don't have fucking time. She pulls out like her Rambo knife and just cracks
The
open his chest.
a
Like,
hand immediately goes over Molly's eyes.
Molly's seen this. It's like,
He doesn't know that. He's just
Yeah.
doing it.
yeah, it's like,
Oh, I've seen her deglove her entire arm. It's fine.
Fair, he says, putting his hand away.
Oh, she's done that too.
Ophelia just like cracks open, like stabs her giant Rambo knife into his chest, drags it down, and then just cracks open his ribcage open like a can of tuna, and she's like, "Okay." And then, but she's going before she rips out the heart, she's gonna start healing. So I need to do 3 rouse checks for that. For aggravated, 2, 3. All right, that's 1 aggravated down, and then 1, and then she's gonna eat the heart. Bring her back down.
While that's happening, Rise will look over at Alistair.
2,
What do you
3.
think? I'm not 100% sure that these are connected. I mean, they may be, but it could be Sabbath, it could be Inquisition. You're the one who holds the grimoire. What could they derive from it if they are mortal?
Molly, you've been wanting to practice your like dissection skills from, I think you said, high school.
Spider.
She kind of hands
Spider.
Molly a scalpel.
I would like to.
I'll pass.
Fair enough.
I would like to add some more information. I had time to think on running. Nice. You got a little bit on your, like, little bit right there, Ophelia.
I
Just
do
a little
not
bit.
care. Get to it.
Gotcha. He takes out a handkerchief and gives it to her. Anyways, yes. You asked your question and you told me, and then I said I was going to give you a response. My response is I wanted to approach the thing that I still have a fresh thing jumping around in my mind, as well as I
Okay, I'm
think
back.
I might.
Welcome back.
Hey,
Sorry,
welcome
I
back.
forgot.
I think I might remember something, but I don't remember it too clearly, and I'd like to give it to you, as well as I don't. I will keep this if you wish.
What
But
is it exactly?
and I would like you to describe what the memory he took from you is. What does Averjo remember? Because the original prompt was her greatest moment of sorrow.
Trying to remember what I said. I can't remember. Do.
I'll just say off the top of my head, losing her brothers.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. She definitely read it in her own or I don't remember what she had. But that the memory that is gone from her currently.
She's like,
And Average just
oh.
says, "Your brothers."
Oh, you're the one who did that shit.
Yes.
I should punch you again for that, but get to what you were saying. Convince me. You have a couple minutes.
I just wanted to give that back and teach Alistair more things he could add to his something. I think it would be beneficial for him to learn
Yeah.
some
Give that
magic.
back. Yeah, give that back.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So do we want to do it right here or?
I just cut a man open in my fucking living room.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Here, and he just jumps over to a table, the one that you crushed with your hands a little bit, the mahogany one, and brings it over in front of him and slits his wrist. He also took, while he was gone, he drank from somebody off the street, I'll say, if that's okay with you, DM, and slaked some of his hunger.
Sure.
Cool, good to know. It's important. So he's going to cut his wrists open and start to make a few symbols on it. You said this was already ruined, right?
And she's just like is looking slightly, like mildly aggravated, like, yeah.
Okay, you wanted to know. Hey, Alistair, come and I mean, Reese, this will be a good story one day, I think. Alistair, if you could just take notes on a few of these things, I think you'll find them. I'll explain more about them later. Sound capiche?
I was literally just about to respond to Rise, but yes, I can do that. And in response to your question, Rise, as to what mortals could possibly do with this book, I don't know, and I don't want to find out because there's a lot of material in here that could potentially be harmful to both mortals and us, and it could expose us to the Inquisition, especially if they find out that my clan was literally birthed from a murder spree.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't sound great.
Also,
Yeah.
also, Rice, I will need to speak with you in private for a little bit.
Yeah, sure. Whenever Averjo, I guess, is done with his blood ritual, I'm assuming.
He's finger painting on my fucking table.
Wrist painting, get
It's
it right.
already- It's already
Hmm.
shattered, so I don't think it's gonna matter too much.
He's still finger painting on my table.
What does it do, actually?
My table?
Um,
I mean,
Not
it
your
held some-
table!
oh, you're fun. You're fun. You got some good. You got jokes. So
Wait,
what
jokes?
this? Yes, average jokes. He
Oh
continues
God
to
my
damn
make.
it.
Finishes off a few symbols, and you watch as the blood pours and starts to burn a little bit for a second, as he takes lets Alistair take the notes that he needs to take on the symbols that he's made with this. Sets 3 vials, one in each circles made in the entire hieroglyphic. No, that's not the word. Symbols, we'll say. Fills all 3 up with blood, and then breaks off one of his teeth. And hey, would you mind smashing this for and putting it in that 3rd vial for me, Ophelia?
Ophelia is just given a fucking tooth and then just looks at him, just like, the
Just a
fuck?
powder.
She like closes her fist and just, and then into the bottle.
Thank you. Perfect.
Rise, can you close Molly's mouth, please?
Reaches over, closing her mouth. As he's still staring at the table.
All right. I think this is everything that I needed. It can be easier, but I think I took a lot that time.
Oh god, it's too
Uh,
small. I can't see it.
Anyway.
I, I think I took a little bit lot, so I needed to make this to make sure that nothing gets lost. Um, here. Plus, I can't remember it fully, and maybe giving it to you, you'll interpret it better, or at least see it better than I can. Here. And he cuts a different part of his shoulder and drains from a vein, and then fully encompasses and wraps. So all you need to do is drink from here, and he points to his wrist.
And she kind of looks at his wrist, looks at him, looks at his wrist, and then just.
Come
Rise
on.
kind of leans over to Alistair. What
Mama's hungry. I can see it in your eyes.
what exactly is this doing?
She is going to lean over it as if she's going to take a drink, and then just
And then just
Just
what?
chomp on his arm.
yeah.
Oh, perfect. As you do, all of the symbol, his other wrist is put on the symbol, and all of the blood on the table gets sucked back into his wrist. And you see as it transfers through his body and then goes into Ophelia as she drinks. And Ophelia, you get all of that memory back, plus another memory of there's 3 things that you get. You get your memories back. You get one memory, a pleasant memory, which I'll describe later, and then one memory of Averjo sitting to a well-tailored, well-dressed stoic-looking man with red shades, and he's sitting next to him, and they're exchanging words.
It's Jeremiah.
God damn it! I
Yes.
thought I got rid of this guy as a spider demon.
Oh, lore. And Wolf, if you would like to, we can
Yes.
act out the scene
So,
for real quickly.
yes. Question is, Alistair also watching this memory as well? Is this what I was understanding?
It's being given to Ophelia only at the moment. This is only being given to her, though I'm sure she can explain what she needs to Alistair.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing,
Alistair, if you would
it's a
like
mental
to,
projection.
Alistair, if you would like to make a wits and occult roll, I'll let you hijack this ritual.
Oh, fuck yeah! Yes! Yes! Please, win!
Wits and occult. All right, let me see.
I'm gonna use
Or
the restroom real
intelligence
quick.
occult.
I'll be
Or
back. I'm gonna use the
intelligence
restroom
occult.
real quick.
Be
I
safe.
actually think
Okay.
I think intelligence and
Wait,
occult
how do
might
you have to
be
be
a
safe for that?
better one. Gotta make sure my hunger dice are still in the damn pool because I keep forgetting I'm on 2 hunger. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I get a good roll. 5 successes, good enough.
I'll say that does it. You
Hijacked.
manage. It's going to be a little bit fuzzy. Like some details will be blurred out a little bit, but you'll still be able to hear everything.
So good.
Please hold. We're waiting on Wolf.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I have
So
a
what are-
question for Alistair. And what does that look like as he hijacks this? What does he do? I'm so curious what it looks like.
I think
Just- I have an idea.
sorry, I think because I'm not obviously with you projecting the memory to Ophelia, this is primarily Ophelia's memory. It would probably be more like being an observer in, like, say, imagine it's like, sorry, above board. Just imagine astral projection.
Gotcha.
Ass.
I
Also,
actually had an idea.
Also, I finished my bingo.
What's your
Nice.
idea, storyteller?
I had an idea. It's kind of funny, and it doesn't need to be canon, but Alistair just, like, crawls underneath and just, like, is drinking, like, the drips from Ophelia's bite wound.
I mean, that would be entertaining if that was Alice's personality, but he would not do that.
Here's my question.
A
Would
Sabbath maybe,
Alistair-
but not a Tremere.
A brouhaha,
Would-
baby.
If he was smart enough to understand that collecting some of that blood would collect parts of that memory, would he be so bold as to take something out to collect the blood that drops?
Probably not, because even with how advanced he is in his blood sorceries, there are certain lines that Tremere still will not cross, and if it's something pertaining to the Methuselah or anything that they're doing with another clan kindred, they will not partake in that, because you think, okay, above board, you think Venture are gung-ho about their purity. Tremere are on a whole other level. They would not want any other blood tainting that.
Mm-hmm.
So
And that
he still has.
includes
That would include,
Alice.
yeah. Well, he's
Drinking it.
Tremere. Yeah, well, he's Tremere. He still has to. He still has to abide by his laws, and also my clan bane. My clan bane.
Gotcha.
I can't touch it.
You can't touch the.
Well, my. Hang on, my.
That's
clan...
fine. I'm asking a question because I'm curious and I don't know the rules for that. I didn't look into that clan.
Okay. Well, it's deficient.
I'm
Well,
cool.
it's deficient. Well, it ties in with the Bane deficient blood.
Hmm.
So deficient blood is basically it's more for blood bonding, but I think it would also pertain to like ingesting the blood from like another kindred and things like that. But deficient blood are unable to blood bond to other kindred. They can, although they can still be bound to other clans, they just can't blood bond themselves. They can blood bond to mortals. But before the fall of Vienna, the Vienna of the Vienna Chantry, they were defined by their hierarchy of blood bonds within the pyramid. But after their fall, their blood was weakened and rejected all prior connections. So I think if he was ever to be tempted to partake in that blood, it would his body would reject it because of that bane.
Oh, fascinating.
Okay.
So
So
cool.
he would be able to touch it.
He
Incredible.
wouldn't.
Well, he would be able to ingest it.
Okay, I'm gonna say, if you,
That's so cool.
I'm gonna say, if you touch where this connection is, basically grab his wrist and touch the blood, you'll be able to sort of astral project into it.
That's a plausible one, yeah. So, do I do another roll for that one, or do I just try and go for
Just
it?
use the one that you have. That's
Okay.
how you hijack it.
I think
Okay.
Averjo, you know what? I'm gonna say that Averjo doesn't even fight or contest this, if not even help him in some way. Seeing somebody who he's trying to teach things at this moment would see that interest as a positive thing. So if I can help in some way, I will to whatever he needs to roll, or he already rolled.
Yeah, I already rolled and I
Yep.
got
Yep. So never mind.
yeah, I got 5 successes.
Yep. Cool.
Alright, Wolf, you
Hey,
back
Wolf, you
yet?
back?
Okay, so
Take that as a
If-
no.
Man, somebody had to go poo poo.
Are they currently like in Ophelia's mind right
I'm
now?
back.
No,
Hey!
it's hey, welcome back. It's not. It's not him intruding. It is him giving.
No, I mean, like, are they? Okay, so they're not in Ophelia's mind.
No, Avajo would not be so bold as to, especially with the terms that they're on currently, would not be so bold as to create that connection. It would be easier if he did, but that's the reason he went through the entire ritual, is to only give and not explore.
And it's probably a good idea because I have a whole thing of like what's going on in Ophelia's mind with all of this. I think I've talked to him about it, but I'll message him. Anyways,
Especially
continue.
with reading your journal, like reading your journal and seeing how much you despise, from what Everjo sees, your despisal of control over you in any way, including privacy.
That's fair.
Anyways,
Hi, Jack.
Wolf, you back, right?
okay, so
Earth Wolf.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here, guys. I'm here. Can you hear me? Testing. What are we testing?
Yep.
yes. Okay,
Gotcha.
so
Averjo is sitting at, or sitting next to this Jeremiah, and he's just looking. What? You've seen. You and I don't get along that well, I find. But you seem so, in a way, nice to Claire in giving her things that she'll need. But I see something more in in the way you walk and the way you talk. There's more to it, isn't there? There's more than just her.
Maybe there was a long time ago.
You know, were you in London ever?
His eyes immediately shoot to him, making eye contact, answering your question.
I'm going to take that as a yes.
A long time ago.
You know, I think, after I get to know people for a while, and I get to hang around them for a long time, I get to remember a lot more things about them and if I've seen them before. I don't think I have seen you, but I did live in the clock tower at that time. And your disposition reminds me of somebody I met that had your scent all over them.
His head lowers a bit, and he puts his hands in a steeple position, covering his mouth. He doesn't say anything, though.
Oh, come on. That stoic face facade you keep up. Well, it's not a facade. Fair enough. You're probably all over it. But you don't have anybody but her to ever share with. And you know I don't remember things for that long. Sometimes you need a friend. So tell me, my friend, what happened?
He let that aside. He was everything that I didn't know I wanted. I looked back at him and I saw myself, and he looked at me and he saw himself. And I never felt more seen than when I was around him. He was bloody beautiful. And I, I, did I know, did I know in my heart of hearts what he was? I think I did, but I closed my eyes. If the plans we were making came to fruition, all my dreams would have come true, and those plans were. I saw what he was going to become. I didn't think he would become what he did, but he did. You already know, don't you? So say his name already.
I'll say his name.
Well, the name
But
he
before I
preferred to
do,
go
I
by.
just
The
want you to
name.
know why I think that while I see you're teaching her what she needs to be taught, after seeing what you made there, one of their victims was one of my charges that I was protecting at the time. And that sent me into 100 years of mania, not and walking amongst the sand. So when I say that Jack the Ripper ruined my time, and seeing that you made that makes me very worried for what Claire will become.
You actually smell Vitae, and as he glances, you actually see blood tears starting to roll down his face. Like, learn my lessons then. Claire is not. Claire isn't him. I don't see Claire the same way I saw him. But It's not the same. It's not the same way. I ignored Jack's tendencies. I ignored the Ripper's ideas and the things that I saw there during our sessions because I was enthralled with him. Because because I because I was in love with him. I was in love with the idea of him. And after
Who
he
was?
became what
Who was he? Really? Who was he? Why did he do what he did?
both men of issues, parental issues, of course, but he was damaged. He was hungry for a sense of vengeance that I didn't understand towards those he thought ruined his family. The prostitutes, I suppose you could say, he thought they ruined his family. And so he ripped and he ripped. And then one day he learned a truth that even I didn't know about until I asked. One of his actual birth mother was one of those women, not his actual mother. Never did I see such nihilism in his eyes. When he became the regent of the Sabbat, when I saw the monster that he had proclaimed himself to be, I saw the nihilism in his eyes. I wanted so desperately to follow him into the fire. I wanted to believe in him because I loved him. I loved him, Avershow. But he had gone past every single belief in my own moral compass of right and wrong, and I knew I could not stand by and let this happen anymore. I started the fire, and it was my job to put it out.
Did you put it out?
As much as it killed me, I did.
Are you sure?
They dragged me into a courtroom for the Camarilla, and I told them his name. And I set up a coup, and they dragged him out of my home, staked him, and the records showed for everyone that they left him to burn in the sun, and I wasn't even there. And then they exiled me from London forevermore for my sin of creating such a abomination. Just because I loved him, because I created him. Do you know what the saddest part of that Averjo is? I
What's that?
still miss him. Not a day that goes by I don't think about it so much. Because he saw me. He understood me. He saw all the monstrous parts of the things that I'm capable of, and he still loved me. He still he he and I understood each other. And that's why I flirted with his control of humanity, let's be superior, that we could reshape the world. Just because he said it, not because it was true.
You know, he lights up a cigar and passes it over to you before I have to take
He
a
takes
puff.
it.
You tell some great stories. You have the flair for the dramatic. Never expect that for a psychiatrist like you.
You'd be surprised.
And I think it's as this puff of smoke wafts around the memory that clears for Ophelia.
Ophelia, like unlatches her teeth from Joe's arm, and she's like, why do you taste like a grandmother's house?
People have told people have told me that I taste kind of like an old library, so I like the grandma's house thing.
I'm not sure if that's better. I think I'd prefer the library. At least the
Well,
knowledge in there was able to be kept normal and kind of coherent. Anyways,
okay, yeah, I gotcha. And Alistair, you get that much from it as well, since he hijacked it.
I have to agree with the library part. I will give it that. More the smell than the taste.
Eh. So, what'd you get, Ophelia
hmm,
and Alistair?
I think I got dysentery.
Question above board. How long has this been going on? For like
Not
the
that
outside
long.
people. Okay.
Not that long. It's been like maybe 5, like it. However long it takes Ophelia to drink. That was all transposited to her as she drank.
I think I got this.
Rise is kind of like glancing between all three of them. Looks at Marcus. Do you know what's going on?
I saw a man.
I stopped paying
Some-
attention once they started talking about memories. I don't know what's going on between them.
Got you.
Marcus,
Kinky shit.
Marcus, you're standing in the dead body blood. Anyways,
Oh shit, my new shoes.
I'm just thinking that.
what?
I was
What?
You are a
thinking the same
corridor
thing.
through and through. I bet you've got your
Marcus
dry
is now
cleaner
in
on
a
speed
pair.
dial.
No, Marcus is now in a pair of he's in his
Louis
black
Vuittons.
dress socks. He has one of those shoe brushes and he's violently scrubbing the blood out of his shoes. And he has shoe oil. You have no idea where this fucking came from, like leather shoe polish, and he's like fucking like, no. I just got these like 2 hours ago. No. God fucking damn it.
Hey,
Okay, above board, does Marcus happen to have a dry cleaner on speed dial? Because I feel like that would be a thing for him.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Yes. No, he
Yes.
does.
Three.
No, he does.
100%.
He has three. One is for regular clothes, one is for like his suits, and then the other one is for fancier gear that he usually has. So like his shoes, his leather interior for his cars. He has people. He has many connections.
Ophelia's just. Anyways, I saw some psychiatrist, therapist, quack, Harleen Quinzel wannabe, kind of talking about Jack the Ripper.
That was the
makes-
name I forgot.
You have to admit the parallels between the Whitechapel Ripper and this one are pretty uncanny.
I really hope we're not dealing with Jack. Really hope we're not dealing with Jack with like a or the Jack the Ripper right now, because I am literally just fresh out of bread and Molly ate all of the beans last night for dinner.
Rise is kind of like
I was
thinking.
hungry.
Jack the Ripper. I remember we learned about him briefly in school before, war. That's the guy in
I never got to learn about him.
London, right? Who was killing escorts?
Yeah,
He was
he killed a lot of women in really fucked up, horrible ways and was never caught.
Did we want to do a roll for the kindred lore version of Jack the Ripper?
No. Nope.
Okay.
No. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the kindred law one is a lot more fucked up. I will put it that way.
So,
um,
I don't
Go
know
ahead.
this, so I'm afraid.
yeah, me
the
neither,
white
so go ahead.
Jack the Ripper was predominantly in the Whitechapel district of London, and who, well, at least to Scotland Yard at the time, incompetent fools, they ascertained at least 8 of the killings were prostitutes at the time. But supposedly this man has never been found, but it was suggested just by the precision of the killings, apart from one Mary Kelly, that it could have been some kind of surgeon.
Oh my god, that's sickening. Wait, you said you saw
And
a psychiatrist, not a surgeon, right?
Psychiatrist, surgeon.
No.
The motherfucker was wearing a suit. To me, it looked tacky, but probably to somebody who actually has a sense of fashion, it looked good.
Well, that uh, that man was we'll put in quotations friend of mine. Uh, that I had a long ish time ago, I think. Maybe not too long ago. Anyways, I thought that information might be good to understand the habits in planning a trap and knowing who we are dealing with.
Eh, it is
So,
useful. However, we don't have the time or energy to
And
fall in love with
Victor,
him.
Victor is the Marcus, right? Victor is his name. That guy that you don't like.
Vincent, I think it was.
Above board,
Or
who's
wait,
he running against?
oh, Kingmaker. What's Kingmaker's
Oh,
name?
Kingmaker. Victor. See, this is why average Joe doesn't know shit. Victor Kingmaker, or was it just Kingmaker?
Oh, I only know him as Kingmaker. I forgot his first name because
So,
why should I really worry about it?
so do we think that they're the same person, or that Kingpin Jim hired this person that we might be an imitation of Jack, or maybe Jack, or something?
Honestly, there's so many questions still. We know that this guy seems to be Jack the Ripper like, but he clearly knows Ophelia and knows of our world. So, that kind of leans towards probably one of us, or worse, Inquisition.
Well, there's also the idea of that if he knows about me, really the true question is, does he know me or does he know the bull?
He knows your taste preferences.
I do like me some good hearts and kidneys. I can't deny that.
It's
We're not gonna get anywhere if we just sit here speculating. We
You're right.
need to
Yeah.
find him, confront him, and then we can question him.
See,
Very
that's what I've
true.
Agreed.
been
We are
saying we
kind of
do.
talking in circles.
Let's go. We have a plan. We know what to do. Rise, go pick up that thing. Alistair, go get that ready. Average Joe.
Unfortunately, you all get a notification on your various phones or devices. It is 1 hour till sunrise.
Crap.
You have enough
Nokia.
time to hunt and get back to your various havens.
Ophelia is just like, well, it's like we'll do it tonight. We'll do it tomorrow.
Fair. That's true. Rise will hand the key back to Ophelia. Though,
No, hang
no,
on to.
that's it. I've got a Winchester. I got this
No.
covered.
Trust me, what you're going to want in there, I will let you keep. Because that
I'm
literally
bringing
has
both
no use to
then.
me. Bring both, yes.
Sweet, he says, taking the key back. Yes!
He scuttles away on all fours.
Still very upset about my shoes.
Yeah,
As
it's fine.
Marcus is like on his way out the door.
It's fine. It's
Rise
fine.
patting Marcus's back. I'm really sorry. How much did they cost?
Those were $4 million.
Rise
those
literally
baby
like
shoes.
chokes on
they're not
life.
$4 million. They're 400 fucking max.
It's like,
Really
You might be
seen
rich,
how
but you're not
expensive-
that fucking rich.
Have you seen how expensive like good leather dress shoes are?
Although
They're
to be,
not
although,
$1
to
million.
be, although to
I've
be
seen
honest,
like
if you're
4
going,
grand tops.
And do you
Although,
not
to be
think the
honest,
most
if you
expensive
go-
things he owns is his clothes?
okay, above board, if you're going to be a vampire for that, if you're going to be a vampire and still remain poor, you might as well walk into the sun right then and there.
I mean,
Okay, the ones that I'm looking at right now, they're like 2 grand tops.
All right, so let's say 2 grand.
Ophelia stole all her money, so.
Anyway,
If they're like custom, then they can go for like 10K.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, well,
made out of like
okay,
the
I'll say-
rarest fucking cows on the,
rarest
on the
cows.
planet.
all right, 6K.
Oh no,
Uh,
baby seal leather runs pretty high. Like baby.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay, as
Feel
someone
it-
who actually knows the way around fashion, it depends on designer whether or not they're custom.
Custom.
can we agree on 6K?
Yes.
All right, 6K. Done.
fine.
Canon, 6K. And then Rise chokes on life as as he thinks about that much money on shoes.
Ophelia looks at Molly and is like, Molly, I hate to bother you, but do you think you could take care of that? Or I can call my guy.
Yeah, you might as well call him. I'll focus on the stuff you got in the kitchen.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, also, and she pulls out like a wad of cash, like, go grocery shopping. I'm really fucking tired of watching you eat Frosted Flakes with water.
Okay, fine.
More
But
choking from
before
Rise
I
in the
go,
background.
What's this box?
Box?
She holds up the little box you gave her.
Oh, go ahead and open it.
She
It's a
opens it.
bomb!
There's a necklace in there.
Oh,
She sort of lifts it up and holds it up to the light.
it's so pretty.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and she kind of clips it onto Molly's neck while she's saying this. Yeah, my mother, where I grew up in some customs from like what my father and I learned. You propose to someone by giving them a necklace instead of a ring, and then she goes to like lay down.
Wait, what?
Rise kind of like stops and turns around. Oh my god, congratulations!
Molly is like beet red. Hold on. What did you just say? Hold on.
Oh.
Grocery shopping can wait.
Yeah, that's how you were like in some of my in some of my culture, at least from what my father has told me, might just be a custom that started with like our family. On like my father's side, you offer a necklace instead of a ring.
Oh my god, that's so sweet.
Ophelia Marie Daniels, I will love you for eternity, but do you think you could have saved it for a moment when there was literally not a dead man in our kitchen?
Well, I was
Less romantic.
I was going to give you a sword, but Owl said that lacked tact and grace. And why the fuck
Sword.
and why the fuck did you break into the thrift store again? And then do you realize, and she's doing this with all quotes, like, do you realize how hard it is to wipe data from a thrift store?
I would love a sword too, but the answer is yes, obviously. But
Oh, good, I got you a sword too.
Oh my
she's got like tears down her face, beet red, and she just tackles you into the bedroom.
Oh, everybody leave!
Well, I'll see myself out. He like slides out really quick. Come on, everybody!
Alistair, on his way out, quickly grabs Rise by the shoulder. Rise, I need to speak to you.
Oh, yeah, sure, definitely.
Molly,
Is
wait, no, Molly.
Is there somewhere quiet we can go?
I mean, we can head back to my place, or I'm sure there's a place down at the bar, one of the private booths we could grab.
I feel like a bar's the appropriate for this conversation, especially with what's going on upstairs.
Got you. Yeah. Come back. My place. My place
Case in
is close
point.
by.
Oh my god, Spider, you made me break character so freaking bad just then. I almost snorted.
What happens?
Don't worry about it.
I made Vale break character. Because just like, as Dave said, like, with what's going on upstairs, and then I just went, don't.
It sounds like Metallica snare.
It does. It does.
I mean, a lot of the buildings in New Orleans are old and creaky.
Very true.
Just the fact that the floor is surviving is insane.
Anyways, how do you
Anyways,
all
yeah,
round out your nights?
I think Average Joe
or-
will follow Alistair.
Okay. Y'all, okay, so everyone is unceremoniously shooed out of Ophelia's place. And, Averjo, Marcus, Alistair, and Rise are on the steps.
Heading down.
Yeah. Rise will motion,
In the background.
motion to Alistair. We can head back to my place. It's close by.
Alright.
My
I
place
hate
is
it.
a little bit far around, so I'd like to join.
Oh. Alistair, is that okay?
Considering Avajar already knows what I'm about to tell you, then yes, it's appropriate.
Ah. He, laughs nervously. You guys are,
Marcus, I did say that you brought your car around to
Making me
drive
nervous.
Yeah, I'm
you,
just...
Alistair, and Averjo to Broken. So you all have a possible ride to the apartments.
Since we're all heading in the same direction, everybody hop in.
Oh,
Hell
thanks, Marcus.
yes.
Driving in style back.
You know what? Now I gotta find what car Marcus is driving tonight.
God damn it. Rise at this point has obviously put his hat back on. He wasn't wearing it before, but he is now, that he's out in public.
Oh god, honey, you literally just gave me the worst nostalgia just showing me that. Raven found an old sheet from the old Vampire the Masquerade from when I used to play, and when I tell you the layout is atrocious, I do not miss
my
those.
Holy shit.
goodness.
Ugh.
I don't like how
That's what I
ugly that
used to
is.
work with.
Brother,
What
ew.
What
That's
in
what I
the
used to
12?
work with.
What in the 12 hells is that shit?
What are
That
we
was
looking
the
at?
character sheet I used to play with.
Oh my
character
god.
sheet,
Years
yeah.
ago.
Oh
That's
Oh my
disgusting.
god.
I'm
God,
pretty sure
that would turn Medusa to stone.
I'm pretty sure that was second or third edition. Either way, it was bad.
Where the fuck did
Marcus, there is
find
no
this?
I know that
fucking
car,
way
that's
that
what-
that will fit.
I know
Marcus,
that
there's
car,
no fucking way that will fit 4 people.
I was like, that's a
I know
two-seater, my
that
brother in
God.
Christ.
No, it's a 4. It's a 4. It holds 6 people.
What about
What?
the
What's
car?
going on?
In
Ow.
the engine?
Jordan, I
So
know that
there's
car. That's from
This
that's
is
from
going
an extraordinary
off the
gentleman.
rails.
Sorry, we're way too distracted by
there's-
what car we're being driven in, but we're heading
Let
home
me-
to my place, to
Let
Marcus's
me
place. Great.
Maybe someone's
There's
in the
the
boot.
passenger, the driver, and then there's
there
3.
As you
There's
guys,
3-seater in the back.
as
I
you
mean,
guys,
it's a lot better, but yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
as you guys heads out to leave, one of the windows opens and Ophelia tries to crawl out like, is pulled back in.
Rise.
And we're leaving.
Rise will just smile and scoot quicker away.
Pelvis.
Anyway,
A lot of banging quotes tonight.
Oh,
yes.
I love it. But
Anyway, back at the apartment.
or on the drive there, even.
Oh, yes,
Um,
okay.
I love the idea of us talking while we're driving, or Marcus just driving. It's such a. I don't know. There's something so comedic about the whole scene.
This whole
Uh,
session has been chaotic.
We're
That's what I
trying
love.
to stay on track here, folks. Come on.
Okay, Abajo's
Yeah.
shotgun. Marcus is driving. You two are in the back, right?
Excellent. Sounds delicious.
Yes.
Perfect. You two wanted to talk in character. Go ahead. I'll have Abajo butt in when he needs to.
I think we were waiting until we get
Funny.
back to the apartment just in case.
Yes,
'Cause
okay.
Marcus isn't. I don't know if Marcus knows.
Fast forward.
I don't think Marcus knows about the.
Conversation.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh dear God, honey, stop showing me old sheet layouts. It's giving me anxiety.
Fast forward, shall we?
Yeah.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. We're here.
Thanks, Marcus, for the drive. Alistair, Averjo, if you want to follow me, I can take you to my place. It's nothing too fancy, but, Marcus set me up with some really cool digs.
That sounds pretty cool. I'm in for the ride. How low am I going to have to tilt to not bang my forehead or face or chin on every door frame?
You gotta... Points over to the
About
elevator.
another-
That high.
6 inches.
Okay.
You literally just had your
Alright.
jaw punched off, and that's what you're worried about?
That didn't hurt that bad. That was just a little nick. Hurt more when
His but a
she
scratch.
chomped into
Tis
my
but a
arm.
scratch.
Just put a scratch.
It's a flesh wound.
Rise will wave over to Marcus. Have a good night.
Have a good one.
Sleep tight.
Wander to his apartment and unlock the door. Come on in.
I love it.
It's pretty standard living room, kitchen, off the way to the bedroom. There's a pole that has been installed in his living room. Everything else is pretty average.
Mm-hmm.
And he shuts the door
Alistair.
behind them, double locks it. So, this seems like a pretty serious conversation. You guys are making me nervous.
Alistair sits down on the couch and turns to Rise. How much do you know about my clan?
About your clan? Well, nothing, really. I mean, I've read some things here and there, the astrology of the clans, per se, what people assume, stereotype. But, I haven't really looked into history other than that.
What stereotypes have you heard before I start
Above
this
board, give
conversation?
me a second, I have to look up your clan. Sorry.
It's okay.
Premiere.
God damn it, honey. Those freaking sheet layouts are giving me anxiety. Raven is literally giving me fucking anxiety looking at these old sheet layouts from like 10 years ago.
Ah, okay. Alright, I have some ideas. Sorry. Well, the stereotypical, you guys are pompous and tend to keep to yourselves.
Hmm.
No offense.
No, none taken. Honestly, there's a lot that I only discovered about my own clan recently that was kept from me. I know it was for my own protection, but I still feel rather conflicted about it.
I'd say you feel a little miffed.
That was before Lucrezia contacted me and explained her position. I still feel I understand her position, but I also don't agree with her keeping what she did from me. Especially being next in line to take her place as Magister. This was a big part of our clan history that should not have been kept secret from me.
Magister, as he's like rifling through his refrigerator to grab drinks for them. Is that like leader, I assume, of your clan? Passes the drinks out on the coffee table.
Basically, I'm going to be responsible for overseeing the local chantry that Lucrezia was originally a part of. She's next in line to be regent, which means she'll be overseeing more than just the chantry that she inducted me into.
Damn. Congrats on the promotion, I guess.
It's more of a duty than a promotion.
Gotcha.
What do you know about the Salubri's involvement with the Tremere?
Involvement? I mean, nothing, really. I assumed the clans mingle and mesh here and there, but, you know, I assume that they have enough differences that they tend to stay to their own.
Is that why Prince Elen's advisor warned you about me?
I mean, I don't really take much credit in a princess of the swamp who I've never met before warning me against someone I've known longer. You know, yeah, we're all different clans, but you're you. You can choose what you do. I don't know why it would be an issue with us being different clans. We're friends. Right?
That is why I feel it is my responsibility to tell you this, what I recently uncovered. Alistair takes out the photo of the grimoire page takes out his phone with the photo of the grimoire page that's still on there, along with the translation of the page that Avajo able to compile, and hands it over to Rise. I am going to warn you. It is going to shock you, and I do not blame you for thinking less of me after you read it. But I feel that you have every right to know as much as I did when I found out.
All right, he says, kind of shakily taking the phone. All right, he says, looking down to read. You can see in his face as things kind of like settle and he's realizing what he reads. Oh. That's really bad, isn't it? Wow.
It's how my clan was formed.
He'll like hand the phone back slowly. I mean, it was a really long time ago. I mean, ancient history. No offense, he says, looking to Avrajo. But, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. I've always had a sense that other kindred, if they found me out, seem to have a knack for, it seems like sniffing me out. Maybe, wow, that's, huh. So, I guess the clans are more at odds than I thought previously.
I suppose you could say it's an understatement. Even my own sire warned me to stay away from you. But I am not my sire. You have fought alongside me. You have guided me when I was at odds with this more sinister part of myself that I'm still coming to accept. And I do not see any reason to keep this obvious and, well, should have been a very obvious truth from you, especially since my clan is the reason why very little of you exists now.
I mean, that's fair, but, you know, as a soldier, you kind of form your own bonds. Someone you may hate as your neighbor one day, you're fighting alongside, that changes your thoughts on people. And like I said, I didn't know about our clan's history. You know, so you're just you and I'm just me. I don't, you're not gonna use me to
No.
gain power, are you?
No.
What?
Like I said, I'm not like... I don't agree with my clan keeping this, nor do I agree with the chantry or the fucking higher echelons of the council keeping this from the rest of the clan. Like, I understand that our history is very secret, is very heavily guarded, but my oath literally dictates that no secrets were to be kept from any clan members. And I feel like with this very evident breach of the code and the oath that I took, I honestly don't know who I can trust anymore. I don't even know if I can trust my sire. I don't even know if I can trust the chantry. I don't even know if I can trust my own mind at this point. I'm so torn.
You at
and
least trust me.
I'm so torn and fractured that it just feels like I'm at odds with myself every step of the way, and at odds with who essentially raised me. Because my parents were executed for a heinous crime when I was a human. I was an orphan until Lucrezia came into my life, so she is basically the mother that I never had. But a mother shouldn't keep things from her child like this. Should they?
Rise kind of leans back with his drink, thinking, well, sometimes parents keep things from their children because they think the truth will hurt them more, like you're hurting now. But, you know, it's bound to come out eventually, and you just have to figure out how to go about that. So maybe she held on to it for too long, or maybe she was just scared, and I'm not here to make you like her anymore or anything. I'm just, an opinion from an outsider. But we fought together, and I'm not going to eat you and you're not going to eat me, so I'd say it puts us as friends. Yeah, friends.
I mean, if you think about it, you two were people before you were inducted into all of this.
Very true. And my sire, I don't even know who my sire is. You know? I was never taught anything, never raised any way. But even if you were, you're your own person.
You were only adopted into this history.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
Rise
And
will
to be
get up
honest,
for a second, and then he'll kind of slide over to the couch and sit down next to Alistair.
and honestly, I feel I trust outsiders more than I can trust my own clan at this point.
I feel like clan is like, the humans have the saying, the blood of the waters. What was it? Looks over at Avershow. Something about the blood of the womb is. Can't quite put my tongue on it.
The blood of
Blood
the
of the
womb is the same as
the
the placenta?
The blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb.
Yeah, something like that. So, like, you've got your, well, I guess, kind of adopted family, and then your found family, right?
That is very true.
Listen,
Honestly,
is-
before I even agreed to take on this mission, I didn't know anything outside of the challenge tree. I didn't know anything outside of even my clan. Ever since my frenzy and my own breach, I was basically kept a prisoner by my own faults. So, to be able to even integrate with others, other kindred, even other people, is a very foreign concept to me.
Well, if I may add to that wonderful notion, that's the beautiful thing. And he starts to kind of scoots his chair, whatever he's sitting in, closer and gets up like real close to you. That's the beautiful thing about it, my boy, is that knowledge, when shared beyond a group, when everybody shares that same knowledge, it gets brighter. Taking that piece of knowledge and sharing it does not dim the candle that was made before. It only shines brighter. And the more candles and the more people you are introduced to, the more knowledge will flourish. It's why we have libraries.
And, we're a hell of a group to have introduced you to the world, in a way. He uses quotes, air quotes.
I feel like this world is a lot more colorful than when I was even stationed in Lyons.
Oh, it's
Yes.
got many colors. There's even ultraviolet colors.
So,
Okay, I have to ask this, Avatar. Have you
Yes.
ever taken any drugs?
Yes.
Because you
You have
sound like
no
you're on
idea.
mushrooms right now.
Ah, no, that's just my excited tone. While this has all been touching, and I really didn't want to interrupt it because honestly, the way you two kind of look at each other feels like a moment that I didn't really want to intrude on, but I wanted to be a part of. So that was that. But I'm something excited about. I didn't know that information about you and you being so secluded. You're like a kid, and it's great. He claps with his hands.
What else
Oh.
would he clap with?
don't worry about
His
it.
feet.
Yeah.
He's a feet clapper. He's not a cheek clapper. He's a feet clapper.
Debatable.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Debatable.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The image of Avatar clapping his cheeks and getting wafts of dust is like a very vivid image in my head.
Average Joe claps his cheeks once. It's like when you blow the dust off of like a big old book you find in the back of the library.
You know.
Oh my god.
When you clap
dare
your
you-
erasers together.
How dare you use my own description to make? How
It's
dare you
beautiful.
use my own description to describe his farts? Oh my god.
Wow.
Um,
Anyway, I'm sorry.
no,
You
it's so good. It's so
I
good.
was thinking of a different body part making claps.
Oh my god, honey.
There's so hey. Dirty Mind thinks alike. It's not what I meant, but still, just think of him clapping his feet together. That's the image I was going for. I know we all took it in many, many different directions.
I mean, I'm pretty
digress.
sure he gets the dust coming off him any which way because his bones are probably half dust by now.
It's actually, yeah. I'll go more into that if it ever comes up. But finishing off, I just wanted to bring up tomorrow and what's going on, and I don't know if you guys believe it, but you've seen what Ophelia does when Molly is put in danger, and she really has a lot of power, but I don't think she has as much foresight as some of the rest of us around here all the time. Does any of us agree that it's really, really bad to put Molly as the quote unquote bait?
100%, I agree.
Especially
But-
if we're dealing with the Ripper copycat.
But
Correct.
I highly doubt, unless you knock her out, then that means upsetting Ophelia, that you're gonna get Molly off of this case.
Oh, no. I wouldn't have to do. Well, I would personally take care of that. I got that feeling from her, but I, something in my mind really says that there will be a very bad outcome if she's harmed. So I can do a little bit of I could talk with her, and she would definitely not do that then.
Rise will glance over at Averjo. And while I appreciate the possible compel and mesmerize that you would want to use, I think perhaps just talking, maybe we can convince Molly that, maybe we can dress up Marcus. He's pretty enough.
Dress up you.
Excuse?
Listen, I have a sniper. I have a sniper rifle. I'm good. He wants to use it so bad.
Oh, there's a beautiful sniper rifle waiting for him.
I can't wait. But
I
I
anyway,
mean,
Honestly, I feel like the
flattered.
biggest bait. Honestly, I feel like the biggest bait here would be the grimoire. If this is what Vincent Castle was actually after, and these killings are just a distraction, then things are going to get a hell of a lot worse.
Rise kind of
What if
crosses
it was
his
a-
arms. I don't like it. I don't like that we don't have enough information going into this. It feels bad.
What if it was a clone of Molly that went?
Do you have a clone
Any of
somewhere?
us? Do any of us have that
No.
ability? Because I certainly don't.
Not that I'm aware of.
I might know somebody, but I'm not sure. Nah, that's just a far stretch.
Well,
Well, there is Pretty Boy.
we'll try talking to Molly, but I'm wondering, would it be safer to keep the grimoire not with Molly? Give her a fake. Because if it is, this killer, hopefully, if connected to Vincent and Kingmaker, could draw them away from Molly if they realize it's a fake. I'm still worried that they're not connected, and Molly is gonna have some Jack the Ripper wannabe go after her, and it's not the grimoire that they're
Why?
after.
Why would you even put the book in to begin with? Because
That's
isn't
what he
that
was
giving away?
after.
Are you sure that's what he's after? Because he did what he did with Ophelia,
That's what I
and
keep
he
saying.
seems to do his own MO. You
That's
might not even
Abishai.
have to put a copy of your grimoire in there. You can just entice them with, what they like to eat.
Oh, well,
Abijah, I was at the precinct with Marcus and Ophelia. He was there trying to get the book as much as the Second Inquisition was.
I still have a
Whatever
bad
is going,
feeling.
whatever is going on, that book is tying all of this together. And I don't know for the life of me why. Apart from obvious connections to the fucking Sabbath. But do you have me thinking about the copy? Avajo, do you happen to know how to create a very convincing dupe?
Average Joe does the thing like that kid on TikTok, like, I'm an absolute monster on the basketball court.
Wait. Should I? Hey, wait. I have a question. Moon, should I roll to see if he has a certificate in bookmaking?
Sure.
Average Joe learned bookmaking on Etsy.
It's canonical. All right, look.
This
It is
guy's
Go ahead.
This guy is a freaking Methuselah. I'm pretty sure he has more knowledge under his belt than the entire university complex combined.
If
It
he
depends
can,
on
yes,
if he
but
can
you
remember it.
But
if he
you
can find it.
Yes, but you forget he has Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's
Dementia.
Alzheimer's anymore. I think it's just all
No,
the
it's
time.
dementia,
Potato,
not
potato.
Alzheimer's.
Oh, right.
But
Sorry.
yes.
Potato.
Anyway.
But it is canonical. What do you want me to roll?
Fuck. Intelligence resolve.
Why would you fuck the intelligence and resolve?
Because it's
I will always fuck the intelligence and resolve.
because.
All right, let's
Damn,
see.
Marcus
That's
looking good.
And that's
I'm not sure if I can ever find pictures.
3 successes. It's canonical that he has a file cabinet full of certificates he's gained over his time, which includes marriage license, which includes like blacksmithery. There's a whole bunch of them. Glasswork.
That's beautiful.
You do have a certificate from a class on bookbinding.
I mean, I can do at least the book part, and I know somebody who's a wonderful painter. And calligrapher.
Oh God,
work.
no! Fuck, Moon, don't.
Alistair recalls someone on campus that could potentially be of help. I think I might know someone who can help with the pages.
Now the real question is, do we tell the others?
No.
Figured.
This is completely under the table. The less they know about this, the better. And it will put Molly in a much safer position.
Fair. That's true. And I am going to pack a med kit because I feel worried about this. He like gets up and he's like looking at the med kit he has, grabbing stuff.
You might want to bring a case.
All right. Is this scene pretty much wrapping up? I have one more scene before we head out.
Sorry. Yep.
Yes.
We'll end it there.
All right. One floor above, Marcus, you come home and you find Jade sort of sitting on the couch, sort of looking over a small selection of boxes and tubes.
What's going on here?
So I looked into oh, hey babe. Sorry. I looked into the skincare that Riley showed me, and yeah, this stuff is weird. Just smell it. And she opens one of the packages and uses a little dropper and puts a little bit on her palm, a sort of like pinkish red sparkling serum. And Marcus, it smells delicious. Like, not in the, ooh, this is a very pleasant smell. Like, I would love this as, like, some kind of, like, flavor or pica thing. That is Vitae. I want it.
For like a brief second, Marcus's eyes glaze over like a shark, and he's like, oh. my dearest, you do realize that this is Vitae, right?
That's what I thought too, but it's different, but it's the same, but it's different. It's like that stuff from the fucking stuff from the werewolf, but it's different. It's I don't know. I've been smelling this stuff all night and I'm kind of going crazy. So I kind of just want to have something quick and go to bed.
All right, let's. I'm gonna grab some of the pouches out of the fridge, and me and you sit down for a little drink before we go to sleep.
Okay. Thanks.
No problem, my dear. And Marcus would go and grab, you know, two things to drink and sit down and put on the Great British Bake Off
Mm-hmm.
as they kind of cuddle up with a blanket in the bedroom.
And soon the sun would rise. And that's where we'll leave tonight's session.
Sweet.
Excellent.
Woo!
Sleep over at Rise's house.